Well, when you've spent 3 minutes talking and didn't realize your fucking microphone was muted, lol. Just chatting up a damn storm. I was sitting there talking about how I was surprised that the notification that I was live went out. Just chatting up a storm. Yep. So now that we got that embarrassing thing out of the way, what up, C4? Hopefully y'all enjoyed that video today. Uh, thought that was pretty cool. Right, bro? Yeah, I was just sitting there chatting up a damn storm and everything. Yeah. Crazy. Uh, just chit chatting away. I was like, wow. Yeah. So how's everybody doing this evening? I know it's kind of late. It's like 10 o'clock at night, but yeah, I had some things that I wanted to talk with everybody about and all that good stuff. So we're fixing to get out and start really hitting the ground running, guys. We're going to start making some more videos and stuff like that, and everything. Uh, and it's not all gonna be like storage unit videos and stuff. I really like doing what I done today. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. I like those that stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna get out and do some other stuff too. I found out something today that they're gonna have a live city council meeting in the next town over, and you talking about people that have been reaching out to us about some corruption in the little town over next from us. OMG. We're talking like city conspiracies, the mayor buying buildings for his own personal gain and contracting people to do the work through the city. Oh, whoo, dang. So I can't wait to be a fly on the wall in that city council meeting. That should be very well. Maybe I'll get to ask the mayor some questions. What's up, Rob? Yeah, make sure you guys that you go and hit that like button, share the stream out, watch our videos and everything. Uh, make sure that if you would go reach out and sign up at Olight uh, and everything. Listen, guys, I know that I've been pushing this a little bit with Olight, but they're going to help us. They're helping our channel and stuff, and it's a good way for us to continue to do what we love to do. I wouldn't push them if I didn't believe in them. So yeah, you know, go on over there to Olight and get you something. There's stuff over there for everybody: keychains, knives, tactical gear, outdoor camping equipment, all kinds of good stuff. When you get ready to check out, use promo code Nightmares and get 10% off. Absolutely a great bunch of people. I got some other sponsors coming up, and that I think is going to really help out the channel also. We've been really doing some work behind the scenes trying to get some sponsorships and stuff. I know that may sound a little corporate to some people, but hey, listen, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do, you know, and that's enough of that. But yeah, tomorrow's my two daughters' birthday. My they'll be 23 years old tomorrow. My babies are growing up. Well, yeah, but then it'd just be some other corrupt assholes, and that's for sure. I started taking my antibiotics today. My first dose was I had to take two of them. They gave me a Z-Pack. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard of those, and gave me an inhaler and some allergy relief eye drops and some allergy medicine. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little better. And of course, they gave me the shot yesterday when I was at the doctor's office. Man, I'm going to tell you what. I went from loopy last night from having that shot till I didn't go to bed till 4:45 this morning. And then was back up at 6, got the kids off, laid back down, slept till 9, and I'm still up now after getting up about 9:30, 10 o'clock. We went and done that video and everything. That was something else I wanted to address and everything. You know, just because I don't support or I don't give everybody a praise or go watch everybody, and that don't mean that I'm a troll or I side with the trolls. I watch all kinds of stuff. But you have to keep you always got to keep your eyes and ears open. And if that means you watch the trolls, you have to watch the trolls. Hell, there's people that are in the community that are trolls. And, for the last few months, me and Mary have just been kind of sitting back and watching and not really talking and watching different channels and these persons and that persons and everything. And you learn real quick who your supporters are and who your true people. It shows. It shows who supports you and honestly believes in what you're doing. Now, at the risk of having taken some time off because I had personal stuff to deal with, I see who my true people are. It shows up every time I'm live and everything else. I'm still the same person. I didn't change. So what does that tell you? And I didn't come on here to fuss. I just come on here to tell y'all that we're going to start doing more videos and that. But we're not ones for drama. I will film the police. I do film the government. Like today, we went out. Whether people didn't like the video or we was still exercising our First Amendment right. We was in public. And we videotaped the cabins. To me, that was interesting. I don't have to have a confrontation with everybody every time I go out to videotape. There's a lot more to it than drama and police and stuff like that. I got followed today by two deputies. Did they bother me? No. But if they had, I had my dash cam on. I was ready to record it. Had my phone ready to record it. I guess they was on a hot date for a hamburger or something or other because they went one way and I went that way, but they followed us. So I'm thinking about doing a ghost hunting channel and everything, a completely separate channel from this. And that I've got a friend, Mr. Wilson, who's got some ghost hunting equipment. I'm going to try to get in touch with him and see if I can't get some stuff from him. I like doing that stuff. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, our government, man, I'll tell you. And we've got, I don't want to just sit here and drop names, but there have been some real true supporters, whether it's been through donations or just watching the videos when they drop or whatever. It's not all about money. You can support the channel without money. Just watching a video all the way through, sharing the video, hitting the like button. That really helps. Conversating in chat. Well, he commented on my video from today, so I think that he's still doing okay. I love Mr. Wilson. He's been with us for a long time. There's a lot of people that used to be with us for a long time, but and I'm not fussing, guys. I didn't come on here to fuss. I actually came on here to tell y'all that we're going to start doing more videos, and that we're working on some more sponsorships for the channel, and that we're not getting any donations or anything like that. We've had people help us out, like when we needed help. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but we're not making any money off of our videos and stuff. So I have to get some donations until we start building back up again and everything. I went back and look. I haven't had a super chat since July of this year. Not even a 99-cent super chat. The last one was by Mirrors, and I think it was $20 from Mirrors, and that was an apology for Bandit. Yeah. All you guys that come in here, and even the new people that have come in, have been really good, and that. Now, when we go out and we watch cops or interactions with government, I don't feel like, guys, that I have to yell at somebody to get a point across. I can defend my rights and be polite. You don't have to cuss somebody or whatever to get a point across. Does it get clicks and views? No. Is it the right way? I don't know. People do their own thing, but I'm not being arrested. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that if the situation arose where somebody acted like a total dickhead, that like that cop that came up here that day, you seen it. I didn't take no shit off of him. Mary didn't take no shit off of him. But I don't see no point in calling somebody a piece of shit or a pig or something like that without provocation. I can think it, but what good is it doing if I go up and I'm the one to being the provoker? You know what happens? I look like the rest of these assholes that are out here and trying to intimidate people. And if that makes me a troll, then I guess I'm a damn troll. If you notice, I hope nobody's probably got any commercials because I ain't monetized this because, yeah. I've got some other things coming up with Olight after the Halloween thing is over. They're probably going to send us a new product to put out and try to promote it. It was kind of late in the month when we finally got everything worked out and everything. And that I like Olight. or the provocateur. Yes, exactly. How you doing, Sean? You doing all right, buddy? Well, we've made a big difference right here in our little community. Uh, you'd be surprised if I told you that I've got three chiefs of police, the mayor, and several cops and other people in this town, and at probably 2,000 citizens that are subscribed to our channel and watch our videos. They don't come into lives, but they know. But they see that we're like we helped the Hollow Rock Park, you know, like the mayor came up here and helped us clean up our yard. It wasn't his responsibility, and that, but he did, and I applaud that, and you know what I mean. But that video should have got 100,000 views, and it didn't. It didn't get no views at all, hardly, because people don't want to hear about government officials doing the right thing. The chief of police, he'll come up here and that and everything. Good guy. I don't pull no punches with him. He don't pull no punches with me. We're equals. You know what I'm saying? We show respect. Does that mean I'm a bootlicker? No. It means I want my community that I live in to do good. They listen to what we have to say, and I listen to what they say. We hear each other is what I'm saying. I don't bow down and kiss their ass, but it's respect. It was earned. Because ultimately, I like my neighbors around here. I want my kids to feel safe and everything. I want my neighbors' kids to feel safe. You know what I mean? About time for me to put eye drops in my eye again. Shit, I want my grandkids to grow up in a safe town. It's a small town, but believe me, there's things that go on around here, and now we got watchful eyes. We got people wanting to participate more. You're absolutely right. Goodness doesn't sell or fit the narrative exactly. There's bad in all people, no matter whether they run the government or not. You know what I'm saying? There's bad in a lot of people. Well, I'm not a saint by no means. I never have been. But I have rights just like everybody else. Just because I fucked up and made some dumb mistakes, don't mean I ain't a productive part of the community. You know what I mean? I want our football teams and our Boy Scouts and and Girl Scouts and baseball teams and basketball teams and the alumni club and things like that to do good. And you have to have a good community for that to happen. I want our veterans that live here in this town to get a fair deal. You know what I mean? I want people not have to go through what I went through and be overlooked because of the color of my skin or my nationality, or I don't fit a political narrative, and it's not going to give them brownie points for fucking helping me. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of shit that needs to stop. I'm thankful for everybody that's been here and stood here with us, and that, and everything, and then continues to stand here. And by God, let me tell you, when I put "We the People" on my hand, I tattooed it on my body. I didn't do that for a publicity stunt. I didn't do it to make myself look good. I mean it. We the people. We all need to work together. It's something that I believe in. It's something that I stand for. I love our country. I love our veterans. And, you know, whether people want to believe it or not, it's true. Well, you know, I have, and I don't care who knows it. I have no sympathy for PDF files. Uh, they should be deleted. All PDF files should be deleted. They should be put in a trash bin somewhere and erased. And yes, I'm talking about computers for y'all that want to be politically correct. Or you can take it however you want it. But I have no sympathy for a child rapist. None. None, none, none. And that's just, I'm not preaching hate or anything like that. It's just my opinion. And yeah, I just don't have any, I don't have any use for that kind of stuff. It's not a, it, you can't convince me that it's a good for anything. You know what I mean? Especially when you take advantage of innocent people that can't defend themselves, can't make that choice willingly, because they're not mature enough to make that choice willingly. Hell, even some kids at 15, 16 years old are still not mentally capable of making that decision. And unfortunately, there's adults that take advantage of that. And they wound up being scarred for the rest of their lives. You know, speaking of government, I watched the thing last night about Abraham Lincoln, and it's called The Real Truth of Abraham Lincoln. Go look it up. You will be surprised. It's something they're not going to teach in school, and it's documented of how he really felt and what caused the whole Civil War and everything. Go watch it. It's called The Real Truth of Abraham Lincoln. I was shocked because it's nothing I learned in school. Oh, map. Yeah. I think Dora the Explorers sung about maps. I'm the map. I'm the map. Yeah. Oh, Sokoa. So I can't even say it now. I got tickled. What everybody have for supper? We had bacon wrapped meatloaf covered in barbecue sauce, mashed potatoes and gravy, and stuffing. I know that sounds like a lot of starch, but yeah. What up, Joko? How you doing, my buddy? Good to see you, brother. Shepherd's pie. Can't say that I'm a big fan of shepherd's pie, but yeah. Mainly because I don't like corn. I'm just not a big corn eater. I don't like real soupy, greasy vegetable meat things. I don't know. Also, you can go on the community page for you people that are listening and the whoever listens to this afterwards or whatever, and that go on our community page and drop ideas where you'd like to see us film and stuff. We're thinking about going out to a battlefield. There's a battlefield here close where they fought the Civil War. During the Civil War, I think that'd be kind of cool and everything. I like that kind of stuff. There's some, I like the historical things. I like exploring. Of course, I like watching cops. You know, I like having conversation with them, and I like having being able to film in a public place and not have to worry about somebody trying to beat me up or take me to jail or pepper spray me or tase me, just because I want to see what's in the building. Yeah, our meatloaf wasn't. We don't get greasy. We cook that stuff. She cooks it in the air fryer, and man, that works really good. Shit, that air fryer cooks a meatloaf like you wouldn't believe. Well, it's like an air fryer oven and everything. I had some homemade deer jerky brought over to me today. Man, you talking about amazing. That stuff is good. Uh, our daughter-in-law brought it over to us, and really good stuff. Mary's son killed a deer, and they sent us over some deer jerky. I've been wanting some deer tenderloin and biscuits. What I've been wanting. You've had shepherd pie, but never with beef. Yeah, I've had it with beef. Lamb is good in shepherd's pie. Also, uh, really is. That's the traditional. Usually with lamb, but Americans have substituted it with beef. But normally it's made with lamb. Don't do 20 pounds of wings in one; it'll catch a fire, right? Yeah, hit that like button, guys, and share this out and everything. Maybe some more people will come in and that. Everybody's welcome here. Most of the time, I don't never ban anybody unless they're just being racist or stupid or something like that. Even if they don't like me or whatever, turtle or rabbit. I like turtle too. I like rabbit. Rabbit's good and lean. I like rabbit. I like to take a rabbit and barbecue it over an open flame. Just slow cook it. Turtle's good in soup. I like alligator too. Frog legs. Oh man. Don't even get me started. We got raccoons that come up here and eat. They don't realize that I'm fattening them up. That's why we're letting them eat the cat food. They're going to be dinner one night. That's a joke. I'm kidding. I haven't eaten raccoons since I was probably 14 years old. But when you're hungry and you ain't got nothing, you'll eat whatever you got. Rabbits is good eating. Yeah, I used to love to coon hunt, Joko. I had an old black and tan red albino turtles. Well, we get them big old snapping turtles down here and soft shell mud turtles. I still got like crusty shit coming out of my eye ducts. Uh, guess that'll happen until I'm completely over this cold or sinus damn infection. Sinus infection, respiratory infection, and a little touch of strep throat. But I can actually breathe better with everything I'm taking and that. What y'all think about me sitting on that porch of that cabin today? I felt like I was at home. Actually, man, I tell you what, I looked like I was at home sitting up on that old cabin on that old porch. Yeah, I don't eat alligator turtles. We got snapper turtles and soft shell turtles. Soft shell turtles are actually better than snappers, but yeah. Yeah, I love chicken and turkey, man. I'm gonna tell you, I love a good turkey and chicken and fish. I love turkey. Thanksgiving and Christmas my two favorite times a year because of the turkey. I love cooking turkeys and that and not to brag or whatever, but I make a mean damn turkey. I'll make a turkey so damn moist and everything and just melt in your mouth. I hate that word. I really hate that damn word moist. I don't know why that bothers me, but I just cannot stand that damn word. Oh, I love fish. Catfish or tilapia or whitefish. Oh man.
Want to see something crazy?
What's that?
Okay, my right arm,
Yeah.
perfectly fine. My left arm, however.
You know why your left arm's that way?
Wow.
Because you're not a switch hitter.
I really need that. I need to start lifting with this on
you
this
need
arm.
you need to start working on your left arm.
Yeah.
Yes, you use your right arm more than you do your left. And that wasn't trying to be funny, guys. That it's just a proven fact. But actually, most of the time, the one you use the less is stronger than your dominant hand.
No, my dominant hand is stronger. Jesus.
But yet you're young, so yeah.
I don't use the other one because I can't use two at once.
C4, that's great.
What is it?
He said, numb your left arm and give yourself a stranger. Shoot.
And that's why you have bottles mostly in your room.
Yeah, so,
Hands. You don't even try and.
well, it's not that. It just bounced out. That trash can needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
I have to take it out in the morning after the trash runs.
Yeah. Did your sippy sip?
No, get a can or something out of there. I don't want you drinking after me.
Oh, yeah.
Rob says, hi, Hunter.
Thank you.
Yeah. They got doctor's appointments tomorrow. Wellness checkups and stuff. So they won't be going to school tomorrow, but it'll be excused.
Yeah, I've been wanting to throw away these pants anyways because they've got a rip right here.
You'll be fine. That's the style nowadays. Wear them and shut up.
Well, I can't.
Oh, did you rip the butt out of them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well.
I'm using them to sleep.
Well, I wouldn't sleep in pants. Sleep in shorts.
You realize how much I've done that?
I was speaking of which, right over there is a pair of your underwear. Your grandmother put them in my thing, and I went to put them on this morning, and
they were too small.
Yeah. I put them on and it hugged my boys. I could almost sing like Michael Jackson.
I'm surprised they fit around your legs.
What are you trying to say? I'm fat?
No. Compare our legs to each other.
Well, yeah.
Your legs are thicker than mine.
It's still, yeah.
Almost ripped them.
No, I didn't rip them.
Almost.
No, they actually fit me. They were just too tight.
That's how I am with these type of underwear. I hate these type of underwear. I like boxers better.
Yeah, those are boxers. They're the loose ones. They're right under my pants there.
These ones?
Yep, that's those.
I'm going to put them in the basket.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm in there searching for my work boot, my other work boot. I found my finishing.
Rob says, oh boy, now they won't fit Hunter now. Oh, they'll fit him. Me and him's pretty much about the same size in pants.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of weight. He's gained some weight, but he needed to.
Yeah, I was kind of scrawny.
Yeah, he was
just a skeleton.
Yeah, he wasn't gaining weight, but now that we took him off that damn ADHD medicine and stuff, and that he's putting on a little weight and actually doing really good in school and stuff.
Yeah, because that medicine made you tired.
Yeah, it was messing you up.
That's all it did.
You didn't need it. You just needed a little discipline and paying attention.
Granted, some things are pretty hard.
Well, life's hard.
Oh. Hey, you want to know something crazy, though?
What?
I'm not failing gym. What a surprise.
Oh, boy, you're not failing gym.
Yeah.
You know, that's sad if you fail gym.
Yeah, I don't know how you would fail gym.
I've seen people do it.
Not show up.
No, not dress out. Oh, now you won't be able to lift it. I put a magnet on it.
How dare you?
That extra ounce is going to make a big difference on that 20 pounds.
Oh, my God. What do they even put in these damn things?
Concrete. Metal. Those are metal.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually concrete wrapped in plastic, and the bar is actual metal. Those are not, that's not a cheap dumbbell. Don't put that up on the shoulder like that. It'll hurt you. Or you'll drop it on the dog. Dead dog walking here. Dead dog walking.
I was down there with it. I said, here, Angel, catch.
That was our 22-year-old Chihuahua. I make fun of her. I think it keeps her going.
Ooh.
She's like, oh, I'm just going to outlive you just to prove you wrong.
That's kind of nice. My birthday's like a lunchable chicken nugget.
Ew.
It's always fun when that happens. Also, you notice how McDonald's quarter pounder started, after Trump started working there.
It didn't have nothing to do with Trump.
They're trying to blame it on him. Some people are trying to say it was him.
McDonald's is just nasty because they got young teenage kids that are fucking lazy and don't wash their hands.
I know, bro. Like, also, half the time they get your order wrong, which is angering.
Trump gets blamed for everything.
Yeah.
Trump don't even do nothing. He gets blamed for it.
He exists. He gets blamed for something. He breathes.
Yeah, they're not protected here. Snapping turtles ain't.
Oh, they aren't?
No. Well, hell, we got plenty of them. Soft shell turtles, too.
We had a box turtle for a little bit.
Yeah, you let him go.
Yeah. He mostly just liked to sleep.
Fred, come back to me.
Shelton, I think it was.
Yeah, I know. Sheldon, the turtle.
Yeah.
I had a turtle once.
Diablo kept trying to get up there anyway, so it was probably for the best.
Well, it is getting that time of year where they go into hibernation.
Yeah.
Turtles are out and giraffes are in.
That's so dumb.
Go to bed.
Okay, what time is it?
10:41, almost 11 o'clock.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
I love you.
I also put some of my hats.
What's up?
Not a whole lot. Okay, so if people are blaming Trump for everything, fine. I blame Trump for causing seizures in my daughter.
I don't know, man. They just blaming him for everything. Wonder where Indy is.
Sleeping.
He's gonna sleep his life away, man. Hell.
I mean, I talked to him earlier today. He was going to go see his uncle who's in hospice.
He's like the Snow White and the seven damn dwarfs, except for he ain't got seven ugly men standing around waiting to kiss him.
Yeah, but the problem is, couldn't it be 7 women dwarfs for him?
That would be an interesting. What would you call that? It wouldn't be Snow White and the seven dwarfs. Then it'd be. I don't even know what the hell you'd call that.
Snow Prince and the 7 dwarfs?
What? Ew. Boy, that could be taken so many damn different ways. Hi, Chihuahua. Hi, Chihuahua. Chihuahua.
You should hear the woke people griping about the new Snow White and 7 Dwarfs movie. It's insensitive to little people.
Walter White. Yeah, I guess you could call him Walter White. What are you doing, little bit? Every time I get on here and go live, you want to get up here. Yes, you do. And then when I turn on the camera, you hide.
Oh, a little bit just wants attention from everybody.
Her just want attention. Her's a chihuahua. Her just being a chihuahua.
I don't think I can wear them anymore.
Why?
The button just fell off into the toilet.
Okay, you're going to have to throw the pants away.
Yeah.
Get the damn button out of the toilet. It can't be flushed.
It already flushed.
Oh, Jesus.
It wasn't a big button. So.
Now there's a damn button in the damn septic tank. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the bacteria will eat it anyway.
It's time to call the poop doctor to make a poop smoothie.
I think it was eating itself away.
Proven fact that metal don't last long in septic tanks. Because of the bacteria and all the methane and stuff that's produced from your shit.
Oh, yeah. Bacteria loves metal.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at the Titanic.
Yeah, it'll definitely eat it up.
Because I mean, I've seen recent articles where they're saying the Titanic may not be around in 50 to 75 years at the rate of deterioration that's happening.
Well, there's always history books and pictures.
Yeah.
But realistically, I mean, who the hell wants to go down there and look at it anyway? They got pieces of it in the museum.
To me, I honestly, when Ocean Gate went over there, to me, that was disrespectful. Going to a gravesite like that.
Well, I mean, look how many accidents has already been right there in that one little spot and everything. Why? I mean, you know, I can understand after they discovered it, wanting to save artifacts and preserve history and things like that. But why keep going back? What's the point? At least underwater anyway, with man-made vehicles. You know, maybe robotic or whatever. You know, that's cool. But
do what James Cameron did in '86 with ROVs.
Yeah.
In submarines that were actually built to go down there.
Wow, people have dropped off fast. I must not be saying the right things today or something. I have a dream. Oh, wait, wrong speech.
Yeah, what's actually kind of funny with this election, you have Amish people who don't believe in driver's licenses, social security cards, and all that, getting all that so they can vote for Trump because they don't want to deal with Harris for the next 4 years. After Harris and Biden screwed a lot of their farms up there in Pennsylvania, shutting them down.
Damn, there's quite a few people on.
You know this country is bad when the Amish are willing to break all of their rules to vote.
Delete's on, Gypsy Auditor's on.
Yeah, Andy might be over in Gypsies.
Oh, that's possible. What's up, Rob?
Hey, James. Oh, not much. I just thought I'd come up and say hi. I'm not sure, KSL4? KS4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady in red.
I've been out for a few minutes. I was trying to get things set up. I was looking for I don't know where my tripod is right now. I don't have anything for a whatchamacallit set up on my for a what you guys those icon things or whatever. So I'll just
Yeah, I haven't dropped my pay link today or anything like that.
I don't know where to find that. I earlier I shared your whatchamacallit link.
I think it's in one of my videos. I don't remember which one it was, but I mean, I can go get it and share it real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
I haven't done that today. Maybe I won't be persecuted and call an e-beggar or oh, you want to hear the latest? I've been called a cop. Seriously, I got called a cop today.
Never mind. Just ignore that e-beggar garbage.
Oh, everybody asks for donations, man. Everybody does.
Everybody does. What's that, kid?
How are you a cop?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How the fuck am I a cop?
I could understand being called a narc, but a cop? Nah.
Well, I'm not even a damn narc.
Technically, by the definition, no, you're not. You report what needs to be reported. That ain't narking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh,
Uh, there it is. Took me a minute to find it. I don't even know where my own damn link is. Ain't that something?
yeah. I found your merch link. That's all I could find on your community page. Or on your general page.
Yeah, I
That's
have
the merch
Instagram
link.
too. I'm fixing to change it though. I'm fixing to make a whole new Instagram, probably a Twitter account too, or X or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah, my links are so full. I have a hard time keeping track of everybody's links. I share so many links, and I just don't want to happen what happened to Tommy V. He got to sharing. He's been so active as a mod that his account got. He had to start a new account. He got his account taken down for spamming of links.
Yeah, they it something in their algorithm or whatever it is, and that
Yeah.
especially if you're very active and all over the place, they flag you as a bot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just shut his account down. He had to
Yep.
start a new account.
Yep, they think you're a bot, especially if you don't post videos and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I try. What gets me is in vertical mode, links don't work.
Crazy.
Yeah, links don't work. So why post
Yeah, look at-
links in vertical mode?
Y'all sit here and talk amongst yourself for a second. I got to run to the water closet real quick.
Oh, don't fall in. No lifeguard on
Oh
duty.
no, I'm not going to fall in.
No lifeguard on duty. So let's see. Anybody speaking in chat? I don't see anybody speaking in chat. I think it was mostly you. You, me, and C4. How's it going, C4? And Joko was here earlier, but I haven't seen him in chat in a while. That's good. I didn't have my chat pulled up. I was just looking at the screen.
Boy, that bathroom smells so good. Harley mopped it and everything earlier.
Awesome. Yeah.
She mopped it and cleaned the toilet.
Yeah, my my anxiety asthma has been acting up pretty bad. I had to deal with I had to call I called the cops today. I came across an incident yesterday where a cop failed to respond to an incident that they should have responded to, and I reported it today to their chief. We don't the highest rank we have is the chief here at our police station.
Yeah.
We don't have a lieutenant or anything. That's the highest rank we have.
We have a sheriff and a chief of police.
I also put in a complaint that they don't have their Facebook page set to public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our city hall turned ours off because of me.
That's unconstitutional. They can't. They're a public. It's a public page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing a lot more with social media. I'm gonna make a Twitter account and Instagram account just for Nightmares Auditors or not or just adventures. And I'm gonna make a Facebook page and start uploading video to there and that. I'm working on trying to get my Twitch account up and going right so I can stream on Twitch. And that seems like a lot of people are doing stuff with Reddit too.
Yeah, I don't. I'm only on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, you might want to let your city hall know that they might want to turn comments back on because they're in violation of a court order already out of the 6th that they cannot block people from commenting on Facebook pages, including their personal pages.
Well, we're working on getting some stuff with the city here, the city halls and things like that up to date on stuff that they should already know.
Mm-hmm. Our police chief said they can do it because Facebook is private. No, they can't.
No. See, there's case law out of the 5th, the 6th, and I believe the 2nd Circuit when it comes to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was one politician that was campaigning, blocking people on Twitter, Facebook, even on her personal page. She lost that case, and they told her, no, you're a public figure.
Well, that's just like when they they have Google take down reviews and everything. They complain about it. Well, if it's true, it's true. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's what I told them. You're a public figure. You can't. You can't have the public shut off from commenting on your Facebook page. I told him that, and he tried telling me because Facebook is private. Well, you're a public entity. You need to have that comments turned on.
Either that or don't have a Facebook page.
Right.
Yeah. Because
well, the thing is they have staff. They have a special branch of the police department set up just for Facebook. They're paying for Facebook just to take care of Facebook. So they have to have it public.
Yeah. Because there's a video on the civil rights lawyers from like a couple of years ago. He has the case law in that video.
Mm-hmm.
What circuits? But most of the case law says, including you can't delete comments from the public, including your private Facebook pages, your personal Facebook pages. If you work for the government, your personal Facebook pages are open to the public and they can FOIA request everything you've done on that account.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to hand it over.
I was sitting there in the doctor's office yesterday and kind of thankful that I don't have like mainstream cable TV and stuff. You know, I stream like, you know, YouTube, and my dad has Sling, and I log into it every once in a while just to watch like wrestling or something like that. But I was seeing like on TBS or something, one of those silly damn channels, that they're going to have 24 hours of Beetlejuice. Who the fuck wants to watch Beetlejuice over and over for 24 hours?
Me.
I want to watch a new one.
Yeah, I want to see the new one.
Yeah, so do I. But I mean,
I've heard mixed reviews.
I'd rather watch Beetlejuice for 24 hours over The Christmas Story for 24 hours. That or Charlie Brown.
The Christmas Story, when growing up, I every once in a while I don't mind watching it, but they overplayed it for a long time there.
Well, I'll tell you another one that they overplayed too. When I was growing up, I don't know about now, because like I said, I don't watch that. I can't watch Christmas shows. They just make me so fucking mad.
Mhm.
Was Miracle on 34th Street. They
Oh,
they
they
wore
still
that
do.
damn thing out. That and
Yep.
It's a Great Christmas, Charlie Brown.
Hmm.
See, NBC does the Charlie Brown one. Turner Classic Movies still does Miracle on 34th Street constantly, but it does all the versions.
But it's monotonous when they just play it over and over. Well, and A Christmas Story's got the same way. You shoot your eye out. Okay, I've seen it like 50 million fucking times. I can't even watch like the first of it.
Yeah.
I like
I
Home
get it.
Alone. Home Alone's pretty good at Christmas time. I like watching it because
Mhm.
All the Home Alones are good at Christmas
oh
time.
yeah,
Yeah. I like the non-traditional Christmas movies that most people don't consider as Christmas movies.
I like the Santa Claus. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I got the whole set of that. You
I think I'd rather listen to the Messiah 24/7
know.
musical because it's like a 4-hour long musical.
Okay. It's not my thing,
I
but
think
okay.
the worst torture that you could have if you were in captivity would be to have to be forced to watch Barney over and over,
Ooh,
Miracle on 34th Street over and over, and the rendition of the worst president in the United States giving a speech.
they've replaced Barney.
Yeah, I know.
I think I would rather watch Miracle on 34th Street.
No, I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm weird anyway. Most of the time, people fucking when they sleep, they have to have something quiet and come. Most of the time, when I go to sleep, I'm watching cop shows or something like that, or I put on heavy metal. I fall right asleep.
my entertainment center is 6 foot by 8 foot, and it's filled up to the brim with. I have about 2 other movie deals. I have over 2,000 movies.
That's what I just fixed to say. We've probably got about 3,500 DVDs.
I have I haven't counted recently, but I have a lot of movies on my own. I've got a lot of movies. I have whole sets. I have whole. I have
Hell,
whole
we've
sets
even
of
got
movies.
VHS.
Oh, I got rid of my VHS. I don't have a VHS player. When my VHS player broke, I got rid of it. And all my VHS tapes. Yeah, uh I when I got kicked out of my home, I lost a lot of stuff, and a lot of my old VHS movies went to my siblings, and yeah, everything was lost. I didn't have much left. Um, that was a big thing. Um,
Well, I don't know, but this is just what I've been thinking. That if a lot of people that claim to love our country and stand up for our rights don't start changing the way they're doing things, and that they're going to set us back so far that it's going to take the next 50 years to get us back to being at a point where we have any express freedoms.
I agree.
Honestly, we need to take a playbook out of the Amish right now because Amish all throughout the U.S. are signing up to get IDs to vote because their rights have been trampled and they're taking a stand.
My biggest problem is we have the GOP needs to get out of our elections. That's my biggest problem. The Grand Old Party, you know what the Grand Old Party is? They're
Not really.
they have the Grand Old Party is both the Republicans and the Democrats that have a vested interest in keeping their parties in the mainstream. They're their main party. The Democrats and the Republicans. They're trying to keep the country divided. That's my biggest problem. Instead of trying to divide our country, we need to get together and start meeting in the middle, trying to find what works instead of fighting in grinding our gears about what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is both parties have closed their ears and they're not listening to the people.
Hmm and and having a big angry guffawing man in charge won't help.
Yeah, no, we need somebody in charge that will put their foot down and say no more funding from like big oil, big pharma, big corps goes
Hmm
in the pockets of these politicians to lobby for stuff. That needs to stop.
and I'm sorry, no matter what you think, Trump is the big talk, big talk, big talk. He's not going to help us. He's only working for himself. That's the
Well,
only. That's the
I
only
can
one.
only go on facts, and it's not really because of his party. I can only go on facts. When he was in office before the pandemic hit, we had the best economy we ever had. And the reason I like Trump is because he has so much money they can't buy him. They can't get him to conform to what they want. And he runs it just like a business. And that's the way our country should be ran. It's like a business.
I'm sorry. When we had Trump, we were coming off of another. We were coming into a pandemic, coming off of a good president into a horrible president, and then the next president had to come deal with the post-pandemic. And don't get me wrong, I know he was a horrible president. I'm not going to defend him. Let's stop defending Trump. Trump was a horrible president. Trump was a horrible person. He was a horrible president. The
Well, we'll
previous
disagree.
president was the
We'll
one that
agree to disagree on that. I didn't like Obama. I don't like this other
Obama
idiot
was
that we've had in
oh,
there.
Obama
Obama,
lied.
Obama did. I know that. I'm aware of that. But Trump was a bad man. He's a bad person. He did horrible stuff. He said horrible stuff. He got into the election under fraud. Okay? He should never have become president. And he shouldn't be being allowed to run for president now.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Neither should none of the politicians in D.C.
Yeah, there's a lot of
475
go look how
of
many
the
convicted
politicians
felons are
are
sitting in the White
convicted
House right
felons.
now. Look how many convicted felons are sitting in Congress, in the House of Representatives.
And most of their convictions for felonies are for domestic violence.
Yep.
I'm not arguing against that. I'm not arguing against that. I agree. And Kamala also should be, our elected officials should be held to a higher standard. I agree with that. Okay.
All in
That's
Biden
I'm
arrested
arguing.
on treason.
I'm
against the
not
United
arguing against that. I'm not arguing. I'm 100% in agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, what I don't like is that it is these people who are treating Trump as if he's the next Messiah.
Well, no, he's not the next Messiah, but I think he'll do better than what we've had.
That bothers me. Is that people are treating Trump as if he's the next Messiah and can do no wrong.
Oh, he does wrong. I don't agree with everything he says, but I think he'll be better than the idiots we got in there now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't in 2016. I didn't agree with all his policies.
I
At
believe personally, what we need to do is we need to stop all the elections, get everything fixed, get the GOP out of the election, get the stop using the college as part of they shouldn't be, that college shouldn't have any say in our elections.
You know,
electoral college.
Joe Biden
I
should have
agree with
never been in office either. They've got proven cases against him where he's touched little kids and everything, and he's the cause of a lot of this stuff with the pedophiles and things now that we have going on. There's video. I mean, I've seen video evidence of him pinching a little girl's nipples.
On top of that, he's in Jeffrey Epstein's black book.
Yep.
I have the documents. They have JB and his wife, just their initials. The rest of it's redacted, because if it came out that Biden was actually in there, people would probably storm the White House.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't agree with Trump as president. I am actually against 100%, and I'm against Kamala too. I see the bad in her.
Hell, put Mickey Mouse in there.
I just don't think we have an electable official here. I really don't. We need to have a leader that can be both diplomatic. Trump is not a diplomat. Trump is absolutely not a diplomat. We need a diplomat. Trump is not a diplomat.
We don't need a diplomat. What we need is somebody that's gone through the struggles, knows what the American people are going through, and get in there and be like, no, this is what we're doing. We're going to fix it for the American people. I'd rather see some homeless person that got out of homelessness, got their life straightened out, run for president, because that's who I would vote for.
Okay, well, that's fine. But the problem is we will never get that as long as the Electoral College is running the show, and as long
I
as
agree
the
with that. It shouldn't be based on Electoral College. It should be based on
the popular
vote. I agree with that.
Because, see, Illinois is already pretty much, they're already giving it to Harris anyway. They do it every year before they even count votes. They go Democrat no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Illinois is stupid anyway.
No,
they can't say much when their most popular city, by golly, has the highest illiteracy rate in the U.S.
Oh, Chicago?
No, it's another city. It's not Chicago. It's Rochester or some shit. I don't remember, but they got the highest illiteracy rate in the U.S.
You see, there's Rockford. There's
yes, Rockford.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both do, Michael. Though they both do. They're both. The thing is both Republicans and Democrats want to take your guns right now. That's the problem. They're both fighting for that red flag laws. They're both in cahoots with each other on that.
Yeah, neither candidate really, but I think the lesser of the two evils, Trump will be better than Kamala Harris.
We're going to have to agree to disagree, because Trump was dividing the nation much worse than anybody else could have possibly ever imagined.
I don't think Trump was dividing the nation. It was the Democrats in D.C. that were dividing the nation, running their mouths, saying, go after people that have supported them. You have Waters, you have Pelosi sitting there telling their constituents to go after Republicans and people that supported Trump.
Well, Trump having his Trump train and Trump standing up on the podium doing things like this to people with disabilities didn't help.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, he stood up while he was running for election. He stood up and did this to a person to a reporter.
I haven't seen that either. I don't know. I don't know where the hell you've seen that at, but I haven't seen it.
He stood up on the podium and did this to a reporter.
But I don't watch a lot. I don't watch mainstream media anyway.
I don't-
Because they're all fucking liars.
I don't watch a lot of the debates. I'll go watch like the reviews of them, but
Done a
All
lot
these
of stuff.
mainstream media, that's all they do is preach hate and stuff, and that's why I don't watch that shit. But they're all biased, and I just ain't got no use for that shit.
Trump has preached a lot of hate himself. Trump,
Oh yeah, they all do. All politicians do. It's not just Trump. It's all of them. Hell, Biden stood up there and said that they should kill Trump, and that's why that guy tried to kill him. That damn kid.
that was besides Biden. Even Harris said it.
Yeah,
That only one person's coming out of this election alive, and that's me.
yep.
I didn't hear. I don't watch the election, and you know what? I don't think that was necessarily that was that's reading into it. No,
Yeah, but
maybe that was
crazy
I don't-
person. All it takes is one crazy person that listens to that shit and everything.
But it's not even the politicians saying it either. Look what in 2016, Madonna said she wishes she could go to the White House and blow it up with Trump in it.
Yeah,
And you had that other comedian, Hagen Trump, at one of her shows. Say she
Okay.
wished she could kill Trump and behead him. And
Taylor
nothing ever
Swift is
happened.
another one that preached hate.
I don't want Trump dead. I just want him. I do want him out of. I do want him. He doesn't belong in politics. He never really has. He's been on so many platforms preaching a lot of garbage, speaking a lot of garbage, and he does speak a lot, bring a lot of it upon himself. He does bring a lot of it upon himself.
I'll agree with that, but when it comes to like what's going on at the border, I can get behind Trump with wanting to do mass deportation.
Well, you
To
know,
fix the issue.
at the end of the day, politics is kind of like religion.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us, none of us really know exactly what's right or wrong, and we can debate it all day long. And
Mhm.
until the end, we're never going to know until that day. You know.
Right, James. I will agree with you on that. First off, I don't know what's right or wrong on the border. I honestly, I have my views on that, and I don't know if you're going to agree with it. And I don't want to upset you. I just personally, I feel that there has to be a better way of handling it than kicking a bunch of people out. Just my view on it. I don't want to upset you. Okay, I
agree. There needs to be a better way of handling it.
I don't have any problems with anybody coming into the United States as long as they do like our forefathers done when they came over here, you know, and done it the right way. This country was actually founded on illegal immigrants and people from other countries and stuff. You know, English, France, Spain, you know, Ireland. We can go on and on, but you have to have some kind of an order. You know, you can't just let everybody and their brother in here, and especially when they're playing favoritism to people that have never been here. You know, and it's not fair to people that have been born, raised here, paid taxes all their lives and everything. You know, our families suffer from letting all these illegal people in here, and then we're supporting them and everything. You know, and we're just giving them everything. And while meanwhile, we're walking over homeless people laying in the streets with covered up in blankets and newspapers.
Yeah. It's there. No doubt, there's a mess. And how do we fix the problem?
One, we got to hire more judges to handle the immigration courts. Two, we got to get a better way of vetting them and get these other
Mhm.
countries to allow us to check their criminal records. A lot
What's
of
up,
them that
Mickey?
have gotten
Good to see you,
arrested
brother.
up here have been kicked out of the U.S. 10 plus times for
Mhm.
deportation, and they're still
Yeah.
allowing them back in.
Yeah.
The whole system's broken.
Yeah. hmm Well,
Well,
I did, like I said, I
let's
think.
put politics like this. Everybody here watches different YouTube channels.
hmm
You may watch somebody I don't agree with. Somebody else may watch somebody that see somebody that I watch and don't agree with them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it takes two to antagonize.
Right.
Perfect example. What the hell's and what's going on with Lynette and them down there? And it's like a bunch of goddamn kindergartners. They're all picking at each other and stirring shit. And at the end of the day, if they both just shut their fucking mouth, it'd probably just go away.
hmm Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to upset anybody. I
No,
wasn't.
I'm not upset, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind having a good political debate with somebody.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's at the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine, and I'm not going to dislike you for hating Trump or disliking Trump or whatever. But both parties have their own damn agenda, and at the end of the day, it's going to be the lesser of two evils.
Mm. Yeah. To be honest, well, I just don't. To me, I'm not even going to vote. It's. I don't believe in
I mean,
voting on the lesser of two evils. You're still voting on evil.
Yeah, but Rob,
Like
I
I
would
said,
still
put Mickey
vote,
Mouse in
but you
there,
don't
a
have
big
to
bird.
vote for president because there could be other things on your ballot that may be important in your state or district.
I agree, but our governor has been shooting down our votes. She's been taking it to a court and having our votes voted down. So, what's the purpose of voting? Our governor's corrupt.
That's when the people need to stand up and force a recall on the governor.
I agree. They won't. I live in a. I live in a. I live. I'm a guy that's in the middle. That's living in the Republican state. And
Hell,
she's a Republican, so I'm not happy about it.
I live in a primarily Republican state. Tennessee is definitely Republican.
Oh, so
It used to be back in the day. It was more of a democratical state, but the Democrats have gone off to where they're fucking idiots. And
Nick,
yeah,
why don't you come up here?
who Mickey? He might come up here. I think the link's in this room, or I can put it back in.
Mickey's in chat.
I haven't had Mickey on in a while.
yeah, I mean, Kentucky's 90% of the counties were Republican,
He said
but we
not
have a
tonight.
Democrat governor, which I don't think he's Democrat. I think he says he's Democrat, but I think he's more a constitutionalist. Works on tries to do bipartisanship on both sides.
Of course, I don't. The main thing about it is all these politicians in a whole, Democrat and Republican both, the House, the governors, the city councilmen and people like that. No matter what side they on, they get elected, and they forget who got them in office, and they don't pay attention to the needs of the people, regardless of what party you stand for or whatever, Democratic, Independent, Republican, right wing, left wing, whatever. There's a lot of radicals out here, but they don't listen to the people, and that's who they should be listening to. But they're more interested in taking care of themselves and the people that jerked them off in the corner for a snow cone, instead of listening to the people that actually need to be listened to.
Yeah. Because, I mean, after
Because it's
this
all
election,
about money. That's all it's about.
yeah, after this election, I see at least 2 Texans running for president.
That's
Governor
okay,
Abbott
Mickey.
and Ted Cruz. I could see both of them running in 2028.
I'm not much into debating. To be honest, it's not politics. I don't care for. It's broken politics, and
I
right.
like that vase behind you, that red vase with the white rim around it. I like that.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
that is nice.
It's broken politics, and these days we're dealing with broken politics, and that politics tend to spiral when people are so dead set in their politics. They get angry, and you can't have a conversation, and they get so upset, and they get angry, and they're so deep rooted in their politics, and you can't have that conversation we used to be able to have, and it it just spirals into nothing.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, in politics nowadays, no matter which side, there's so many foreign people with their hands stuck in it. You got China, you got Russia,
Mhm.
you got all these foreign countries, and putting in their money and shit and promises and favors and private islands and you know
And people are just not willing to look into their candidate anymore. They don't want to know anything about their own candidate. They just hear those flowery words coming out of their mouths during the election, and oh, I like what he's saying. I like what she's saying, and there's nothing. They won't look into their history. They won't look into what they did during their time as like Kamala has dozens and dozens of complaints of being a horrible leader during her stay as VP. Absolutely horrible reviews as leader as during VP.
well, it's like they made a big deal when Bill Clinton was in office. I've heard a lot of people say bad things about Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was a Democrat. I honestly liked how Bill Clinton ran the country. I don't care what he done in his private life and in the Oval Office or whatever. He didn't do anything nobody else hadn't already done before him. Go back and look at the James Madison, and you can name different presidents that had slaves in the White House and they were their concubines and everything else. He didn't do anything any different than everybody that's come before him, Obama included. And
Right.
so who cares if he got a little sexual favor in the White House? I don't care. It didn't affect how he ran the country. Matter of
No.
fact, when Bill Clinton was in office, we had a great economy. Everything was running good. Like him or dislike him for his personal life, in his personal life, he's a fucking scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
But he
Right
ran
there
the
we
country
can
very
agree.
well.
Right there
James,
we can agree. Bill Clinton did good. The Bushes not so well.
No,
Not so well.
no, with Clinton though, I don't think it was the whole sexual stuff in the Oval Office. It was him partaking in 420 in the Oval Office is what got him impeached because of the war on drugs. They didn't like that a
Mhm.
president was smoking that. I don't think anybody in Congress really cared that he was getting his dick wet. It was the weed.
Mhm.
Yeah, but now look at it. Here we are, what, almost 30 years, 20 years later, and now most every state is legalized marijuana except for a lot of these Bible Belt states.
Oh, even the Bible Belt states are legalizing medical. Ohio, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Alabama, Arkansas. They're starting to legalize the stuff. because they're finding out they can make money off of it.
Well,
If
sure.
they
Look what it's
control
done
it.
for Colorado.
Oh hell, Colorado makes over $400 billion a year just on sale of marijuana.
Look at the tax revenue of what it's done for the schools and things like that. I mean,
Yeah, the only problem is the taxes on it can't. The schools won't not take the money from the state until they amend their constitution, which I think there's a thing on their ballot about amending marijuana proceeds as taxable revenue to go to the schools.
well, and this is my radical thinking. I say legalize all the drugs, and it'll take care of it'll take care of the weak.
I mean, why don't we go over to Portugal, Amsterdam, and figure out how, because all drugs are legal over there and they don't have the issues with the homeless problem and all that, overdosing and all. I mean, yeah, people
Yeah,
still
but you know what it falls back on? If there's no crime from illegal drugs, you're not going to need all your SWAT weapons and your tactical gear and a reason for the police to run the way they do and be a dictator and tell you how you're supposed to live and everything else.
Yeah, because
And
there goes the civil asset seizure forfeiture laws.
Yep, and they can't create martial law if there's no crisis.
Didn't they try that in what was it, Michigan? What you're talking about for the no drugs?
It was Portland, it was Oregon and Washington that decriminalized all drugs. Now they're trying to recriminalize it.
Yeah, I heard that. I just said the wrong state. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just was trying to remember the state. Thanks for. I just couldn't remember which. Okay.
Yeah, there's a place out in California that you're talking about, Michael. I watched it on YouTube, and it's just a place set up. It's abandoned, where they just let people just go out and set up their own residence, and drugs are legal. And
you talking Slab City?
Huh?
Slab City?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last lawless town in California.
Yeah, and hell, they put it in Grand Theft Auto. That's actually in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, the only thing is in Slab City, though, if you're a PDF file, don't go there because you will get arrested.
Oh, yeah.
And they will kill you. They don't like them out there. That's, at least they have morals.
Well, people talk about us being free and everything, and hell, I'm bad about it too. Saying, well, I own this and I own that. Technically, you never own any fucking thing, because even when you buy the property, you're still paying on the damn property. Even after you got it paid off, you got to pay taxes. And if you try to do something, you've always got some son of a bitch trying to tell you how you can do your own thing on your own property. And you got this code and that code. You never own anything. The government's always going to try to tell you what the fuck to do.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, North Carolina, up there around Asheville, where they had the bad mudslides. I saw a video earlier, and realtors and lawyers are talking about lawsuits that are probably going to last the next 50 years because all the property lines washed away.
Yeah.
So nobody knows where their actual property lines are besides maps, and even then, you can't find none of the stakes. So they're worried about everybody fighting over land.
You can't find us. You can't tell where the property line is, and you'd have to go back by old courthouse records.
They
have to use
the courthouse
mapping system to figure out where the existing pins used to be.
Yeah, but that whole area has been shifted and redone. So even if they say in the last 10 years did GPS on them, they may not be able to find it.
I just have to go look at Google Earth. They go back 10 years.
Oh, Google Earth goes further back.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting fact, if you go back and look at Google Earth, where they say Flight 93 was crashed and everything, before Flight 93 crashed right there in that spot, there was already a crater there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrap your mind around that.
Yeah, and the whole other thing is, right, with cell phones, we're talking 2001, right? Where you try to drive down the interstate with the cell phone, say on Verizon, you hit a bunch of dead spots. What I don't understand is how magically on 9/11 all the cell phones in the planes worked.
Yeah. Well, the interesting fact, this is just my theory, and of course everybody's entitled to their own opinions. They had to tell a story to make the people that were on the plane heroes and everything.
Yeah.
But 100%, the U.S. government shot Flight 93 down. That's just a fact. But the reason they don't tell nobody that the government shot down Flight 93 is because people would be upset. Because you got too many soft, woke individuals that would just be like, "Oh God, how can you kill American citizens?" Collateral damage. It saved thousands of lives.
Yeah.
But that's because I was raised in a military family.
Down, or the biggest massive witness protection has been done. Because what I still don't understand is why is Flight 93's tail number still active on another plane? When 93 and then I think it was 177 that went into the Pentagon, both of their tail numbers are still active tail numbers with the FAA, but the two that hit the towers have been deactivated permanently.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, and you know, a lot of people don't want to listen to it, and a lot of the videos have been taken down because they're so controversial and everything. You go back, say 9 months before, maybe even further than that, before the attacks happened on the Twin Towers, there has been proof that the FBI and the CIA gave information to the president saying, "Hey, look, you know, this is plans that we've intercepted, and these people are planning that, and these are the people that are living here in the United States, and some of them are living in Florida, and they're taking flight training and stuff, and they were already listed as terrorists." And they knew it, and they continued to let them live here and finish the training and everything, and ignored it.
Yeah, 1981, there was a NORAD document for strategic warfare for terrorist attacks. But on the first page, crosshairs, the Twin Towers. And this is a defense document somebody FOIA'd back in early 2000s. They knew 9/11 was going to happen years prior.
Well, after it was the Trade Centers was bombed in '93, you know, and they drove the truck in there and remote detonated it. You know, why wouldn't you take more precaution to protect and keep people like that on your radar and even investigate them? You know, hey, look, and there's nothing wrong with going out and having a conversation with somebody.
Why? Because 2001 was the day we gave up our freedoms for safety.
Mm-hmm.
Because right after that, you had the Patriot Act, which started initiating this global surveillance, the flock cameras, the license plate readers. Hell, there's the Institute for Justice is suing West Virginia right now, a city in West Virginia, for Fourth Amendment violations with flock cameras.
Yeah.
Cut up 175 of them in a small town.
South Dakota is using the Patriot Act. We have to identify to get into all of our federal buildings over the Patriot Act.
That's like every federal building throughout the U.S. You have to hand over ID to get in.
That's the Patriot Act doing that.
Yeah.
And listen, I've been just over the last couple weeks, I've been rewatching like all the footage I
Sure.
can find about 9/11, both sides, the conspiracy, the non-conspiracy. It's history. I love that kind of stuff. I love diving into it, and they're experts saying what caused the towers to fall, the other side saying that was this and that and everything, and then taking into consideration my grandfather built one of the biggest construction companies in Nashville that's still in business now, Greer Construction and everything. He was a demolition expert, and just based on the knowledge that I have from my grandfather, who taught me, when I worked for him, and just how different metals and temperatures and different things react and everything. I can see both sides.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see both sides, but they try to give off, oh well, it's because the metal got hot and it bent and cooling and blah blah blah. Okay, well, here's my argument to that. How come the two towers fell approximately 45 minutes apart from and that 45 minutes after being attacked, and World Trade Center 7, made of the same material, didn't fall until 8 hours later after burning because they couldn't put it out?
Well, one of the towers had been attacked had been bomb. Excuse me. Forward. Had been had been exploded about when was it?
In 93, it happened in 93 when they drove the
truck bomb
truck
under
in there and
towers.
detonated it.
But
Mhm.
that basement goes under that whole entire complex.
Yeah.
So it would have damaged all the core columns in the basement for all the buildings.
Well, that's just one tower. That's not both of them, though.
Right.
And granted, you've got to take into consideration, they had office furniture, this and that, electronics, plastics, blah blah blah.
Okay,
But
most of that only burns between 12 to 1800 degrees with steel that can withstand temperatures of 3000 degrees.
Sorry, I got to plug in.
But if you listen on the tapes, video footage from independent people, not the media, but independent people that were there, before the first trade center, the tower fell, you can hear an explosion, and then the tower fell.
Yeah. Plus, somebody actually FOIA'd the whole entire radio transmissions, got all of them unredacted. You can hear firefighters in the towers on their radios saying there are bombs going off in here.
Sure.
These guys know what bombs sound like.
A lot of innocent lives were lost there, and that for no reason.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I believe my brothers up there in New York, even when they were on the news media, sitting there saying, no, it sounded like bombs were going off in these buildings.
Right.
Then you got reports out of Caltech, out of Washington State, multiple high-end colleges that have tested the dust. People have sent dust samples to them. They've found human DNA in it, nanothermite, thermite, and spheres of molten steel in this dust.
I was watching where they're talking about the museum that they built, and they've got part of it closed off because there's human remains that they have found, and they're keeping it there in case people want to come in and turn in their DNA to see if they can take a sample of the body parts that they have found to identify the victims or whatever.
Yeah, the whole museum's closed. The 9/11 museum?
No, it's open.
No, it's permanently closed because of COVID, and they couldn't.
The video I just watched was from 2 days ago, where the guy was taking a tour. It's open again.
If that's open, I'm going back. I'm going to New York City.
It's definitely open. And she was telling them about there's a part that they can't let people in because that's where they keep body parts. and people can come in and voluntarily give DNA, and that to see if they're a kinfolk or they have a piece of the body, what would you ever do with it? I mean, what are you going to do with just a piece of a body?
Mm,
And listen, you know, I think that is set up for a reason. Like if you go in and you're going into a government entity and you're volunteering your DNA, where's your DNA going? They say it's for this, but what are they really going to do with it?
good question.
And you can call that a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory or whatever, but what are they really going to do with it?
I don't know. Who knows what the government does half the time? I don't know.
Oh, they reopen. Okay, cool. Because I thought for a while they were closed permanently because of COVID and all that, and they couldn't
No, they
recoup
reopened it.
from it. Nice. Now I'm definitely making a trip up to NYC. I want to go there.
What, the Freedom Tower?
No,
Yeah.
the 9/11 museum.
Yeah, they charge you. They got three different. There's three different rates they charge you for going in that museum.
Hmm.
You can pay three different rates. Like the $20 one's the cheapest, and they got three different levels. That like the highest is like $98, and you get to tour the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody go in there. I follow a couple of New York channels out there, and they've been in the Freedom Tower, but they haven't gone into the into the museum.
Yeah, I was watching a guy. I was watching it on a video on it the other day on YouTube, and this guy, he was a foreign guy, and I say foreign. I think he was from Sweden or one of those places, and he was going in. He went in there and took the tour, and they've really got some interesting stuff. They got a whole fire truck in there, and they got a part of one of the high beams and stuff. But you know, a lot of that metal that fell from the Twin Towers, we sold that overseas for scrap.
Hmm. I know. I can't watch any. I avoid the conspiracy theory channels on that. I've been avoiding watching any more about the Twin Towers. I was watching the what they considered live back then. I with my grandma.
Well,
It traumatized me.
I'm not necessarily believe in conspiracy theories. Me and another guy that used to come on here, he passed away. Tim, we were there at ground zero 7 days after the towers fell. I was there for 21 days. Me and Tim and my brother, we went up there, and the stuff that I seen is stuff that you'll never erase from your mind.
Yeah.
It was probably the closest thing that I guess that you could ever consider hell.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it was. I just I saw I saw plenty of what I could handle mentally back then, and I just as it is, I already was dealing with PTSD,
Yeah,
and
I've got it too, and I
that
don't talk.
that added to it. That added to it.
I don't talk about it much, but going back and thinking about it, and going back after all the things that I've seen and did and everything, I would go back and do it again because I just feel like that was the right thing to do. There was a lot of suffering and a lot of people that were hurt, and You know, it just felt like the right thing to do.
I was, let's see, I think I was in my 20s back then. I'm not sure. I was in my early 20s in 91. I'm not sure exactly how old I was, but I was out of school. I would have been helping my grandma. I was helping my grandma help prepare dinner. Um, babysitting my niece. She
But the other side of me now, after it's 20, here it is, 20 something years later.
23 years.
23.
Yeah, 23 years later, the same age as my daughters. They'll be, well, it's almost midnight. They'll be 23 in about 10 minutes. Going back and thinking about that, after here we are 23 years later, now I would like to go up there and do ghost hunting. Can you imagine
No.
what kind of well, you know, to help people cross over, that would be, I would want to help their spirit go be at peace. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be part of that.
Oh, I absolutely want to be a part of that.
The
That's
thing
one
about
thing they won't allow on that grounds is ghost hunting. Zach Bagan and a bunch of these.
I don't want to ghost hunt. I want to help people cross over to where they're not trapped. They don't deserve that.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't think I could ever go to Ground Zero. I am way too sensitive to spiritual presence. I could never go to Ground Zero. I would lose my flipping mind if I went to Ground Zero.
I'm sure that if people allowed themselves and didn't have closed minds, that you could almost feel it. You know what I mean? The presence of the loss that day. It's like when you walk onto a battlefield, like when you go to a place where they fought wars, like the battlefields here where they fought Civil War battles.
Oh,
like
especially up there in Gettysburg.
Yeah, Gettysburg. Absolutely. Up here when we went to Nathan Bethel Forest, you can just stand out there where the battle took place on the river, and they had that big battle there.
Mm-hmm.
You can just stand there and with it quiet, and you can imagine or envision, maybe it's a residual. You can hear the battle that took place. You can visualize the battle that took place. The gunboats on the water firing back at the people on the knob, and then the gunfire and people, you can imagine that taking place. That happened over 200 and something years ago.
My last workplace was built on a Native American burial ground. I swear it was. They wouldn't tell me, but they didn't tell me when I started working there that it was haunted. Their lights turning off, radios turning on and off.
Yeah.
Doors being opened and shut. I was getting blamed on stuff that had happened overnight. Chairs being moved, turned. One chair I watched get thrown 8 feet with force.
Mountain Girl, woohoo!
Yo, NH Mountain Girl, good to see you here. I could sense their presence, the entity's presence. There was one really dark one really, really dark one. Really large dark entity there. There was a really good presence there. Seemingly good presence there. There was, they had a good ghost story that they tell all the new hires at a meeting they tell them that this lady named Mary was a bus driver for them. That uh, this is. I looked into this. There's no truth to it, but she went down in a bus trying to save the people that they were. They're a company that works for disabled people. Anyways, she went down in the bus trying to save, getting all the people off in some body of water. And I looked up all the anything I could at the library on it, any public information on any bus going down in any local waters, and there was no truth to it.
You know, when you encounter something like that, here's what I believe, and maybe it's because I this is just how I feel. When you have a run in with any kind of entity, I think you have to stay strong in your faith, you know, and you can't allow yourself to get so wrapped up in it to where you allow the entity or the spirit to attach themselves to you, you know, and you have to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest reason I think like evil spirits and things like that attach themselves to people and allow that because people show fear and they allow themselves to be vulnerable. And it's not for everybody. And that I don't want to run. I've seen evil spirits, really evil spirits. I grew up in a house where, man, it would just the stories and the things that happened there that would just blow your damn mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the evil spirits were so bad there that they drew pig faces into in the dust on the cabinets and the walls and on the dressers. You couldn't even wipe them off; they'd just come right back. And you know, it just they were just it was horrible, the evil that was there. And come to find out, that whole land right there used to be one settlement, and the guy come home and he killed his entire family, set the house on fire, and then killed himself and everything. And he was a Satanist. And he worshipped evil spirits and stuff, and it was just horrible, just bad. That whole place was just bad.
Well, you see this?
Yep.
This is what's called selenite. I have this throughout my apartment.
Yeah.
A lot of it. I have a lot of it. I have a big chunk of it here.
Yeah, you have to be mentally strong with spirits and stuff too. That's the thing. You can't show weakness, especially evil spirits.
Selenite, you know what selenite is known for?
What's that?
The crystalline structure. It's no, I'm no, I'm. This is from what it's supposed to be give off a high resonation that can be heard into the other realm, and it's supposed to ward off dark spirit or all other spirits. It's supposed to be a ward for dark spirit. But the problem with my apartment is my building complex has burned down twice before as was the hotel before they built it as a uh government apartment complex. and I believe many people passed away in those fires.
Yeah.
And there are entities all over this place.
Yeah, well, that's like just like some of those places where they found out they removed the headstones but didn't remove the bodies and stuff, and they built on top of graveyards and stuff like that. That's crazy, man. I can imagine, people being uneasy for with that, because believe it or not, sometimes when people pass, their spirit follows their body. And that's why, like with when we go to the cemeteries, I've been able to pick up entities because they're still there, because they're trapped.
Well, what it is a portion of their spirit passes on. A portion of their spirit passes on. The energy that they can't take with, their life force energy they can't take with, it doesn't go pass on. Okay, it can't pass on. It doesn't go into the other. It doesn't go on into the other. Into the other. That's from what I understand. They. Oh, NH is asking a question.
Yeah, I've got to grab the link real quick.
Okay. But from what I understand, there is there's just a portion of the energy passes on into that other realm. From what I'm sensing in my apartment is not of this realm. It does not feel like it was ever human, if you get what I mean.
Right.
It does not it does not feel like it belongs in this plane. You know what an NET is? You know what that stands for?
What's that?
Non-human entity. Creatures like Slender Man, the
Skin
huh?
Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers, elves, or not elves, let's see, creatures that of mythical of myth. Many creatures of myth are considered NHEs. Uh they never came into this realm. They don't belong here. They don't it, you know what a ley line is?
No.
A ley line is, we don't see them in this realm. They're a window, your windows, your walls are sort of ley lines, but a ley line is, you can tear down a building and that ley line will remain standing permanently in the other realm. Okay? So that ley line is still there. So, like, when my building burned down twice before, the ley line, the building structure, all the building structures are still within this building. All those buildings, those two buildings, that ley lines. So the entities are finding their way around my crystals by using the ley line to walk around the crystal. You know what ley lines are, C4? You've heard of ley lines? If there's a whole, how's it going, Northwoods? And uh, if you're going to start doing ghost, if you're going to start doing ghost hunting games, I would start reading up more about ley lines. I'd start reading up more about protection crystals and protection circles. Okay, read up about more about what you can, everything you can about the different types of spirits and the different types of entities. Know what you can about them. Um, good to see you, Northwoods. Yeah. Know what you can, because the different types of spirits and entities can cause you other types of problems. Okay. One type of spirit can present itself as something you don't know what it is, as something else. Okay, James.
Yeah.
That reader, I'm not sure that one you're using. I tried it in my apartment. That SMS reader. Everything I aimed it at showed the symbol of like a person body. Like I aimed it at clothes, I aimed it at shoes, I aimed it at there was only one thing that I aimed it at that didn't have something that it showed about showed the presence of something. It was that didn't give me like a false. I'm not going to say it's a complete false, giving all false negative or false readings. So I don't know if it's completely hooey, but it's not very reliable. And if it isn't fake, it is not very reliable. Okay, James? Oops.
Yeah, something. It's probably going to happen within the next probably 8 months from now. That maybe something. I want to get I want to get equipment, like MF readers and spirit boxes, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you what my findings were.
We do that, Mountain Girl. We put salt in front of our door and stuff like that when we go out, especially like when I'm at a place where I know there's been bad activity, or people have told me about, they've seen bad things or evil spirits, because I don't want that shit following me home.
Yeah. Salt and a white candle.
Yep.
I burn sage too. I like
that
burning
too.
sage.
But I'd also burn a white candle and ask. There's a protection spell for white light.
Yeah. Always tell the spirits to stay put. Always tell those spirits to stay put.
Yeah, that don't work too well with demons, demonic spirits. I've had them attach, even though I told them to stay put.
Yeah,
I added that link, Mountain Girl, that you were just talking about. I didn't even know. I forgot I could add that to my damn page, but I did add it.
But yeah, I woke up one morning. You see how tall my ceilings? This is my hand is. My hand is over 8 foot. I'm reaching my hand about 8 foot right now. It's over 9 foot tall. I woke up one day and I had a apparition at my doorway in my bedroom. A free floating apparition over 8 foot tall.
Damn.
Over 8 foot tall. Yeah.
I've been eating up deer jerky, Mountain Girl.
Scared the living by Jesus out of me. That
Oh yeah,
was the first time it actually showed its presence.
we've
Um,
we've got shadow figures that are in our house. I see darting shadows all the time.
I have not seen dark. I've not seen shadow figures since I was in Shadow World one time. That sucked. I was over sleepy at work one time. That was many years ago, and I was in Shadow World. Oh, I was over sleepy, and I was in Shadow World. My Herberger's here is haunted, and I was in Shadow World.
I've actually woke up thinking that there was somebody standing here beside the bed when you wake up, and then you can just see the shadow dart away.
hmm
I've had them. I've had since I've been here, but that's not the first time I've experienced that. I've actually felt something sit down on the bed beside of me.
Yeah, I'm,
Now
uh,
you talking about creepy? Now that'll creep you the hell out.
yeah, I've not experienced that. But yeah, that's not good. Um, I I've had a plant thrown out of a pot and shredded to pieces. I've had books on top of my fridge thrown off like somebody had their hand doing this. Um, the day I placed my first selenite crystal in a jar on top of my first selenite wand, I had a bag of sugar in my cabinet over here. Um, uh, it threw the bag of sugar out about 5 feet. Um, I had where's my, I don't know where my Coke cup. You know those heavy Coke cups with heavy handled Coke cups
Yeah,
you get at Walmart. I had it was about oh, I guess about 18-ounce Coke cups. I had it sitting on this desk here. And this garbage can was sitting about here, about I'd say about 5 feet away. It lifted the Coke cup in full of markers to the garbage can. It levitated it to the garbage can. I was standing in my bedroom door, and all of a sudden I heard a thump, and I went to go look, and oh, that's where my cup went.
Mountain Girl. I bet you have experienced a paranormal event and you just didn't know it. You didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah, you probably have. Most people, more. How have you ever seen? Have you ever? Have you seen Beetlejuice?
Yes.
I'm talking Dan H.
Oh, sorry.
How Lydia explains it is the best way I can explain it. Most people don't won't be paranormal. Won't see
See,
the
I think the
paranormal.
reason I pick up on it as much as I do, and that is because of my Native American heritage, and because I believe that a lot of Native Americans were able to talk to the spirit world, and
Yeah,
I feel like that I inherited that. My grandmother was really bad with it. My great grandmother, she claimed, now I don't know if it was true or not, but she claimed that she could talk to dead people and that, and yeah.
they call us shamans. They call us shamans. I'm also part Native American. My dad's father was in the tribe. I don't know. I was denied my heritage, but my long lost aunt got in touch with me about 13 years ago, told me my grandfather was in the tribes.
Yeah, they used to call people that would could talk to the dead, or like something like that. I think they called them clairvoyant.
Clairvoyant is they can sense other people. Clairvoyant's a little bit different.
Yeah, like you can see into the future,
Well,
or not really predict an event or
mhm.
something that's going to happen, but you like have like an intuition or gut feeling. I've actually had that where I knew shit was going to happen before it ever happened.
What, Native Americans, anyone with mystical powers or unexplained powers were deemed as shaman. Okay.
You know, the Blair Witch Project, since you brought that up, that's right here in Tennessee, and that's and everything. The Blair Witch Project, if you go back and the things that took place there, you know, they made a movie about it, and they
Hmm.
over publicized it really, really bad. But there was a lot of evil shit that happened there. Some of it was true, but they made a joke, a mockery out of it more than anything.
Yeah, I've seen the Blair Witch Project a long time ago. Necromancer. That's I know what that is. That's bringing the unalive to alive. That's a slightly different thing. I'm trying to think of the word. It's not coming to me though. Um, but thank you for bringing that up before.
Yeah, I've been able to predict things that have happened. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a psychic or anything, but just I believe it's because I'm really in touch with my heritage and that I don't practice magic or anything like that.
Hmm.
But I keep an open mind, and I guess sometimes that can be dangerous. Maybe that's why I've had some bad spirits attached to me. Not necessarily like demon possessed, but you know where they cause like little nuisance. Not like gremlins. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like and that's probably why I've had a lot of bad luck because of my gift, I guess. And people are going to think, "Oh God, this guy's crazy," but no, I can no, I'm not crazy.
I believe I have a certain amount of clairvoyance ability myself. I'm not going to say also, I won't go to the extreme as to say I'm a true clairvoyant,
Right.
but I have been riding my bike in around city limits and for over 30 years, and I have never been in a bike accident. I've never been hit. I've been extremely close. I've somehow I've managed to never actually been hit by a vehicle. Somehow I magically I have somehow I've just avoided completely I'm able to predict vehicles, where they're coming from, when they're turning. Completely, I just have that sixth sense. And to be able to
Awareness.
ride that long in city limits with how people drive, it's just amazing.
How many people sitting here that are listening have ever been to a place that they've never been to before, but swear to God they've been there before? Knew the exact layout of the place they were at, didn't see it in pictures or anything like that. Gone somewhere. Yeah, I have too. That's why I brought that up. And I had a friend that I met in Florida. Never met them before, never been to their house. But when I got to their house, I knew the entire layout, where everything was, like I'd been there before. And
Deja vu.
yeah, deja vu, reliving a life experience. I don't know.
How many people have experienced a life experience that was previous life experience?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think a lot of people do, especially like some of these stolen valor claims with people. Some of them I don't think are, yes, they are technically by definition stolen valor, but I also believe they're memories of past lives that this
Okay.
person's remembering. It may not actually have been them, but in their mind, it was them.
But see, now this is where people are going to think I'm wearing a tin hat and just going off the crazy train or whatever. But what if for some reason we know these things because in a parallel universe we've already lived that event.
Well, here's the thing that got me. I was 16 years old. Okay, I've talked with a counselor about this, and she couldn't explain it either. Not even in counsel talk, not even in psychiatry talk. Um, she couldn't explain it away either. Um, uh, not even in psychobabble. Um, I was 16 years old. I didn't fully understand Egyptian stuff. I couldn't understand, and I've also looked into try explaining in on websites also. Um, I guess I was doing what's called dream walking. I dream walked into what I can only explain is ancient Egypt. Um, I was, from what I can best describe, in a big stone room, massive stone room. Where the walls were they were dimly lit by uh like candlelight. There were uh pictograms and writings on the walls. Um, I was fastened my avatar that I was in. I was a teenager back then, so I wasn't very well built. But the body what I was in was a man with my best description, tribal tattoos. Um, off behind me was a person. Let's just say he must have been the priest or master with some sort of a flail device. And let's just say I was in the end of my avatar was at the end of his life. My avatar was at the end of his life to that flail.
Well, I don't know how many people believe in reincarnation. Uh, maybe that explains some of it. Maybe we've lived a past life before.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember that. Not like it was a memory. I remember specific details. The pain, the smells, everything.
Yeah, like I've seen people that have met other people that carried on a conversation with people that have never spoke like a certain language, and just walk up to not just, somebody just they just met and just start speaking their language for
Hmm.
unexplained, no explanation at all, and carry on a conversation, and then afterwards, after that person was gone, you say something to them in that same language, and they'd look at you like you're stupid.
Yeah. And you know what? What's more interesting? You know when Hales went to Egypt to
What's
those
that?
tombs and places in Egypt.
Yeah.
He went to one of the buildings. He went one of the buildings he was in was the building I was in. One of the buildings he went to was one of the buildings I was in. One of the temples. He went to one of the temples. One of the temples he went to, I was in.
Oh hell.
Yeah, it exists in reality.
Yeah. It's crazy how shit like that happens. People say it's maybe when you're sleeping, like if you watch TV and stuff, that your subconscious mind, if you're watching TV, it can maybe something that you heard while you were sleeping or in a dream state. And that may be possible. I've heard of people learning about foreign languages and stuff, while they sleep, and that the mind is such a great thing, and it's an awful thing too, at times.
Yeah, I mean, we
You
don't
know,
understand our brains.
because I tell everybody, and that I spent 18 months in prison, and at one point, with me being bipolar and stuff, one of the worst prisons I've ever been in is being trapped in my own mind, because you can't never get out. You never have freedom,
Mhm.
and
Oh, true.
you relive the same voices, the same thoughts, the same thing over and over and over for years, until you either learn to deal with it or you unalive yourself.
Oh, speaking of that, of prisons, there are several inmates suing states for cruel and unusual punishment for being put into solitary confinement, that it is
That's
inhumane.
horrible. That is horrible.
8 states have have pretty much quit using solitary confinement
I,
as
I
punishment.
spent 60 days in the hole. It's horrible.
There's a cop killer in Kansas and some other person on death row that's been in solitary confinement for one's been there for 12 years, the other's 14
That is
years.
one of the worst things that you can ever imagine, being locked up like I was. And I'm not going to say that I didn't deserve punishment, but when they put you in a 5x8 cell, and they lock you in there with no lights, and they shut that door, and you're in there by yourself with nothing but your thoughts, that is probably one of the worst things you will ever experience. It's like you're trapped and you can't get out.
Yeah.
And your mind, if you allow yourself to break, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Because you have like Virginia, Texas, Oklahoma, a bunch of states that are now taking death row inmates out off of death row and letting them do programs, therapy, working. Because the courts in those states have ruled, yeah, this is inhumane to put them in solitary like that.
Mhm.
So now some inmates in Kansas are trying to get Kansas to follow suit. I think solitary confinement should not
Right.
even.
Well,
There should be a
I
there
agree
should be
and
a
disagree
short
with that.
period.
I agree and disagree with that, because when people have got to a point where they have just brutally harmed somebody, to they earned that. What I'm saying? But for somebody like what I was in prison for, I was in there for forgery. And yeah, I did attack somebody and cause them bodily harm, but my logic behind that was, I wasn't going to be messed with. But to be locked up in a cell in the dark for 24 hours a day for 60 days, and the only light you seen is when they slid that little slot back to hand you your that shit they called food and everything. That's crazy.
Oh,
Good night,
bread and
Minnie.
water usually they give you.
All right. Well, I think I got to head too. I got something going on in the morning. Good
All
night,
right. See
guys.
you later, Rob. Thank you, Mountain Girl.
12:30. It's late. I'm gonna exit out. Good night, guys. Glad you're
night.
feeling better, James. Happy birthday to your daughters.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
nice conversation, Rob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice visiting with you, KS.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
think we do live in parallel universes.
it's very possible.
I mean, if you look at Einstein's theories, a lot of quantum physics and that if there's wormholes, there has to be parallel universes.
Well, we've had that discussion before, where I feel like there's probably other planets and other parallel life form that may be similar to ours, maybe even the same fucking people. We may be living. There's just so many unexplained things.
Yeah, I mean, we
You know,
can't. Out of how big our galaxies are and how
right?
many there are, we can't be just the only planet with life in the whole entire universe. There has to be life somewhere else. Could like the stuff from like Star Trek, Star Wars, could that
All right,
actually
Patrick,
be
stop.
real? And I think it could. I think Star Wars, Star Trek, stuff like that is real somewhere in the universe. Maybe not here.
Stop, Patches. You silly cat.
Oh, I just want attention.
Yeah, but he's trying to get right in my face, and I can't have him right in my face.
Yeah.
I love him and everything, but I just don't. Yeah, I'm already suffering enough. I don't need.
As much as I would love to have a cat for my daughter, the suffering's not worth it.
He's just got that real long hair and his dandruff and everything, and I don't want him right up in my face. I'm just now getting to where I'm just now getting to where I'm breathing better and stuff, and he don't understand, but it's okay. I mean, I love him. Yeah, he's a good kitty cat. He took the bath really good. Yeah. And say we got some spray for dandruff and stuff. We got some pet spray. Yeah, and he seemed to like that. It made him soft. Marion, we've been cleaning house really good, dusting everything and that. But it's just for better health. You don't even realize, like, when you have knickknacks and stuff, and if you don't clean them regularly, how much like dust can, like when you open your door and vacuum in and stuff like that, how shit just the dust collects on objects and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a steamer?
Yes.
Steam your beds.
Yeah. Yeah, we done that too. I done that today.
Steam it.
Yep. To kill
And then
dust
take the
mites
vacuum right
and
behind
stuff.
it.
Yep.
One, it'll kill like the dust mites, and two,
We got some
sanitize them.
we done that, and I got some laundry detergents that's good for like killing dust mites and stuff. It's it's a little more expensive, but I'm not going to go through that shit again. We steamed the walls and we cleaned really good in here, and of course now the damn cleaning some stuff like bleach irritates my allergies and shit too. So it's a lesser of two evils. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised like how many people like how dust mites will get like in your air conditioner vents and stuff like that.
Oh,
Bed protector, yeah.
oh God. Some of the videos I've seen of people that would clean out vents in houses.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't expensive, I would say do it at least once a year to get all the
Well,
dander
we
and
have
everything out
window
of it.
units, and window units generally suck in dust and stuff. And like I have a fan going all the time, and I clean my fan and basically just disinfected the whole damn house pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing bad about window units, though, especially in high humidity areas, subtropics, is the mildew that builds up in them.
Yes. Yeah. And then, of course, we have pets too. You know, that no matter how much you love your pets, they have accidents, you know, and you have to clean up from them and stuff. And that's not good for you. Cats, with dust, their litter pans and that, you know, they scratching and the litter. So now we got hyperallergenic litter for them and shit. And yeah, fortunately, the place, like the local shelter here, they have stuff like that. They just give it to you for free, especially like we do. We take in a lot of cats, and I just can't stand for them to be homeless, and that's why my yard's full of cats most of the time. And I'd adopt more dogs if I had a bigger place. But say, but we got some nice kitty cats. Oh, we got some kitties. Say, we got a mama that's pregnant, and we're just waiting for her to have her babies, and then we're going to have her fixed. The shelter will pay for that, so we don't have no more kitties. He says, I can't have kitties. Yeah, you had the surgery, didn't you, buddy? Yep. Yeah, you had the surgery. Yeah. Yeah, you had the surgery. That's why you're probably so lovable, huh, Mr. Patches? Yeah, we got bed protectors. I've got mattress protectors and stuff on our bed. I'm real freaky about like skin particles. I don't pet dandruff and stuff like that. But we have wooden walls. This house is old, and we have wooden walls. And I just recently took the wood paneling off. It was literally the wooden paneling. It was slats, like slatted boards from the 1940s. I just recently took that off, and that may have stirred up some dust and shit too. That probably didn't help none either. Because I'm going to put up sheetrock and stuff and redo this whole room.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to go jump on this other panel real quick because they're getting into a good debate.
What panel is that?
Summers.
Summer. I don't know.
Hot Mess Summer.
I don't even know who that is.
She usually hangs out on TPP, Eli's channel.
Oh, maybe that's why I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of them. I just they get too radical for me. I don't ever criticize anybody that does. I'm not one for. I think a lot of those other people, they like promoting hate and stuff, and I'm just not into that. I'm not into promoting hate.
Yeah, I mean they're over there talking about immigration, so I want to go jump on that.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
All right. Hell, I've already been on here almost 3 hours. How are you, Shauna? You doing okay, hon? We put up a new video today, and that in case anybody hadn't seen the new video of the two cabins and stuff, and that May not be everybody's cup of tea, but if you want to go watch, it's about 22 minutes long. And probably a minute and 45 minutes, 45 seconds of that's the promo for Olight. Yeah, see, we was right out in the middle of public, and guess what? I didn't cuss nobody or anything like that. Did have a couple people drive by and look at us weird because we was filming or and that, and but I didn't get no confrontation with nobody. Just enjoying my day as a free American, you know, looking at old historical buildings. It's one of those First Amendment audits that nobody ever watches unless they're just a history buff or something like that, you know. It'll probably get tens and tens of views. But hell, even when we go into like police stations and stuff like that, you know, I've been in libraries and post offices, but there was no confrontation. And what little confrontation I've ever had with anybody, it didn't go viral or anything. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, that wasn't no big deal." And, well, you know, maybe it's just because I'm not really a confrontational person. I don't want nobody ruining my day, and I don't want to ruin nobody else's. I like having a conversation like Rob and all of us were having earlier, when you can just have a conversation about political beliefs or who's right and wrong without having to cause a big disturbance. You know, I think everybody can have a friendly conversation, and at the end of the day, you can agree to disagree, you know. Well, you know, a lot of the stuff that like I said, we've been doing around here, and I think we've gained a lot of respect for it, is because we've actually been trying to help the community. And you know, I've got 3 chief of police, the sheriff, and a mayor, and other people, you know, that have influence in the community, and that watch our channel, and we don't all always agree. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have to agree with what they do, but it's communication, and I think it's bettered. It has bettered the thing for their part and mine too. You know, it's made me where, you know, like when I brought a problem to the mayor and we had that talk, you know, it opened up communications where now he understands as a citizen of the community what, you know, how we can help each other, help the community. And that's what it's about. It's that gap that they keep trying to talk about, but instead of bridging the gap, people are closing it. You know what I mean? They're pushing the further and further away because they can talk that shit all the time, but they have no interest in helping anybody's community except for themselves. And that's it. And that's the way I feel about a lot of it. And I get called a traitor. I get called a bootlicker. I got called a cop. No, I mean, if you're going to preach it, be about it. You know, if that's how you truly feel, your goal is to truly help somebody and help the community or any community. It don't necessarily have to be the one you live in. Why are you not helping them? Why are you not helping the people that you're talking about? The homeless people, the veterans, the people that are actually being mistreated, instead of going in there, getting your 15 minutes of fame and then leaving and leaving the people that that you went to supposedly to help, you're actually hurting them worse than you're helping them. You know, you've made it worse for them and wind up creating a case law that's actually hurt people and probably set a lot of people back 20 years. And for you assholes that listening out there and that, you can take that as a dig or whatever else. It's just, it's a fact. I don't have to call somebody a nasty name to get my point across unless they're being nasty with me. I was raised where you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Because believe me, if I was just doing this for clicks and views, I could already have 150,000 people. Trust me when I tell you that. But we actually want to make a difference, and I want to show people like today with the log cabins and stuff like that. Well, we all need money, you know, but I enjoy being able to lay down at night with my better half and you know, help my grandkids with their homework and stuff like that, you know, than being in a jail next to some sweaty fucking man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be locked up. I enjoy my freedom. Not saying that I wouldn't go to jail for the right cause. I've proven that when that idiot come up here on my porch. But he deserved that hate. He got exactly what he put out. People don't stop and think about, you know, how they weaponize other people with their words and stuff like that. And there's just way too many hate channels. And that's the way, you know, that's the way I see a lot of them. I don't even watch them because I think they're hate channels. Not going to call no names because I don't need to call them out and everything, but I just don't watch them and I take them off my list. And I guess I've lost a lot of people because of that. But, you know, if you're watching us just to be entertained, you know, and that's how sick some people are. They actually want to watch you get arrested and shit like that. They get off on that kind of shit. And unfortunately, these people that are running around that are acting like that and inciting people for no reason and everything. Now everybody that's trying to do something, that people that are trying to do it right, they're put in the same categories with the other people that are actually causing harm, and it's not fair. I can go into somebody that don't necessarily agree with my opinion and into their channel and have a good conversation and not call somebody a name or whatever, you know what I mean? You know, where I was at the other day and you were over there and I went in there and said hi, I felt like everybody in the room throwed an apple at me. You know? I was like, oh. I really did. I was like, uh-oh. I felt like all eyes were staring at me. I was like, oh shit. And then I just went quiet because I didn't want no bullshit. But I seen you in there and I said hi. Like I said, I watch a lot of people and don't ever talk. I just listen. You learn a lot that way. Oh, well, you're snooping then. No, I'm not snooping. I'm just listening. Nobody said I had to be all conversational. Hell, I talk enough as it is. Probably sometimes too much. Well, the people that are actually doing it the right way, really don't get a lot of crap. And a lot of the anti-auditor channels, I've not had them make videos of me. The only one that has ever made a video, as far as I know, has been Unclean Hands. And he was talking shit about when I went to the post office and everything. And he called me and my wife Mom and Paul Kettle, which is funny. I just laughed about it. I got a kick out of it. I actually watched the video 4 times just because I needed a good laugh. I didn't go after him or whatever. I told him, hell, make more videos if you want to. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Yeah, and doing the right thing sometimes is not the most popular with with some people, Not calling out anybody, not talking about anybody in any one individual or whatever, you know. I just think that, everybody should have their own opinion. You don't have to agree with it, with my opinion, you know. That's why we're individuals. Goodness, Patches. I might have to put some more eye drops in my eyes in a minute, Patches. Yeah. I most certainly am. Yeah, but unfortunately, we live in a society where if you don't agree with certain people or whatever, you're gonna, you know, even if you're not for like one side or other, you're just kind of like in the middle. You know, you kind of see both point of view. Neither side likes you because, well, you know, and it's weird. It's kind of like damned if you do and damned if you don't. Now I know how Canada feels. LOL. It's just funny, like people will watch, you know, just so they can twist your words or whatever, you know, they want to use it to their narrative, and that government officials, individuals, and that you know. Well, you know, we not everybody, like I said, agrees about political stuff and government issues and that, you know, there's good and bad in all of it, I think. Hell, some people get a little power and they go crazy, you know, and human beings are naturally uh go to that side of being corrupt sometimes, I think, and it don't matter whether it's just a little city mayor or a little cop or whatever, you know, it goes from the bottom all the way to the top. But that person probably already had evil intentions anyway, but way before, you know, they became a police officer or something like that anyway. Or a pastor of a church or whatever the case is. And some of that stuff goes on forever until it gets exposed. You know, somebody just come along and says, hey, look, I'm not taking this shit no more. And then when it comes out, everybody's shocked. or they act shocked anyway when they already knew it had been happening for hell for the last 50 years. Exactly. 100%. Hi, Patches. Oh my goodness, you're rubbing on my face. What am I going to do with you? I'm going to have to take another allergy pill. Yeah. I know you're a good kitty cat. Yes, you are. You're a good kitty. Yeah. Thank God I got antibiotics. Did you fart? Did you fart? Is that what you come up here to do? You come up here to fart? You nasty ass. Jesus, dude. What the hell did you eat? Did you go outside to eat garbage? Shoo. Ugh. Must have ate a bird or something other outside. Ugh. My God. Oh, you think that's funny? Ugh. Silly damn cat. He come up here and I'm rubbing his belly and he pooted. No, it wasn't in my face, but damn. I don't know why, but animal farts stink so bad. Oh, you a happy cat now since I rubbed your belly and got that out of you? Is that what you just got relaxed and said it had to come out? Yeah. Goodness, son. Oh. Well, somebody will clip that shit. That'll be on the internet. Nightmares talking about his cat farting. They'll make that shit into a meme or put me in a music video. Oh, he's a good cat. Yeah, he's a good cat. I know him's a good kitty cat. I know it. Yeah. You got allergies too? Do I have to wipe your eyes out? You got allergies too? Yeah. Do you need an allergy pill? Are you allergic to humans? Oh my goodness. Ugh. All right, Patches, you're gonna have to look at it. I gotta put my eye drops in. I can't. Oh. No matter how much you try to get used to it, putting eye drops in your eyes, you still want to squint for some reason or another. I think it's a natural muscle reflex. Oh my goodness. Whew. Yeah, this is those allergy relief eye drops, and it burns just a little bit too. The worst part about it is when you get it in your eyes and you're blinking it and trying to make sure that it gets in there good, it like runs down your cheeks or whatever, or down your eye socket. That's irritating. Oh. Oh. At least I got it in there good anyway. I don't dare take an allergy pill. I'll be up all night if I do that. It's that damn antihistamine and allergy pills. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why that made my damn nose run. Oh wait, I do too. It's because like all your sinus ducts are connected, and like believe it or not, people don't realize that, but like eye drops will run down into your nasal cavity. Ugh. 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 Sorry about all the weird noises, guys. I wasn't doing anything weird. I was just putting eye drops in my ear. Oh my goodness. I was putting eye drops in my eyes. That'd be weird to put eye drops in my ears. It's allergy relief eye drops. Unfortunately, when you have a sinus infection, that's what happens. Yeah, believe it or not, I've got dye and fragrance-free like baby wipes and stuff. I've been they don't have alcohol or none of that stuff in it. They're hypoallergenic, and I've been wiping my face down with those wipes. That I call them baby wipes, but they're not really, I don't guess. It's just like a facial cloth, or whatever. I guess you could wipe a baby's butt with it or whatever, but yeah. Yeah, they seem to do the job. They were $5 a damn pack. Listen, when you get a damn infection like I have, I've got a severe sinus infection and upper respiratory from dust and shit. Of course, I've been cleaning out an old trailer that we got, and evidently there was probably some mold or something there. I'm on antibiotics. I'm taking allergy medicine. I got eye drops. It's horrible. Fucking spent probably $60 or so today, just on stuff like that, and then cleaning stuff for the pets, and yeah, made $115, and it didn't take long to spend it. But whatever, you can't work. We can't make more money when you're sick, and you feel like shit. So and that's why I've been pushing the sponsor. We'll people buy something from Olight if we get a little small percentage, but it's a good way to help the channel, and you get something out of it too, and that. everybody, a lot of YouTube channels have sponsors. I'm actually working on a couple more that trying to, just to kind of help out. Won't make a shit ton of money, but make a little bit anyway. I'm not making off of anything off of like YouTube, because nobody ever super chats or anything like that. I mean, we got some members that have, but you have to be over a certain threshold. And I'm not complaining. I'm glad people come and watch and everything. I'm not saying people have to don't, but we've got people that have actually helped us when we needed it, and donated a little money and stuff, like to help me go get that refrigerator and things like that, and helped out with food when we lost everything. I'm thankful for that. Really am. There's a lot. So there is some good people out there. But I don't want everybody to think every time I come live or whatever, I'm on here begging for money or expecting it, I just like coming on and having a good conversation like tonight. And we're going to be doing some more videos and stuff because of our sponsorship. And, they do, and that does help out. And it's not just because of that. It's because I got other things that I want people to see. And, and I truly like doing videos and stuff. I like filming. I've always liked photography. I like still photos too, but you can't really showcase those unless you upload them and everything. And make a video of those. Yes, there is. Yeah, the little HEPA filters and things like that. I do too. I love the video. I like making videos, and it's not just about people. It's like buildings and things like that, I've only had a couple of interactions. I was reading back up. I was putting, you talk about Frauder Troll. I've only had a few run-ins with him and he called me a fucking idiot or something other one time. Maybe it wasn't those exact words, but close enough. He's never made a video about me as far as I know. Like I said, the only one I think that has is Unclean Hands. And there was one other person that put me in a video. It was like a music video or something other. And that, I don't even remember who it was, but yeah. Right. And I've watched a lot of the anti-frauditors, and I don't always agree with what they say, but they have good points. I don't always agree with all auditors, but they've got good points. And when you can take both sides and be constructive and understand it, you know what I mean? I don't have to agree with what they say, but how are you going to change something that somebody else dislikes, or maybe give them a different opinion? Not maybe change it, but give them a different opinion if you don't find out what their dislikes are. Same way with auditing. I may not always agree with somebody, but if I want to do something different from A, B, and C, and maybe take something that they did that was good and eliminate the bad, it's like education. You don't always agree with everything that you learn in school, but you take what you need from it and apply it to your everyday life and make it work. You know? Wow, did I just drop some common sense and logic? But at least Fraud Under Troll's honest. He tells everybody he's just doing it for clicks and views. And once he's got like what, 6 channels and everything. I know a major auditor right now that has an anti-auditor channel and almost as big as his auditing channel. I'm not going to expose him. It's not my place to expose him or her. But, you know, it's true. And people would be surprised if they knew on either side that they do it both ways. But you can only go to that well so many times. And I'm talking about a channel that's got almost 250, 300,000 views on both sides. His auditing channel has 300 and something, maybe 600 and something. I don't know. I haven't watched them in a while. But their anti-auditor channel has almost 100,000 subs too. So, yeah. Right? And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why can't you give constructive criticism and that as long as you ain't slandering somebody, you know what I mean? Or just belittling them or bullying them and everything, and still believe in what you know what I'm saying, and believe both ways, not both ways, but kind of like, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. Some people call it fence riding or whatever. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I think you can be objective on both sides of the fence. Right, and I don't like to bully or belittle somebody, but sometimes to get a point across, I guess you have to be a little harsh. Sometimes I've had a person just lay it out there and tell me like it was, and you can either take constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. There is a difference between constructive criticism and belittling somebody to a point where you've just made them feel like the worst piece of shit in the world, you know? I've been known to do that when I've had bipolar moments and that just tell people that I thought they were a fucking idiot. But I can't stand stupid, and if I think people are being stupid, I voice my opinion sometimes in the wrong way. Not saying it's right. I feel bad afterwards, and then most have to go back and apologize and be like, man, I shouldn't have said what I said, you know, but you were being a fucking idiot. It's like I'll build you up, then I'll kick you again. It's like, man, you know, I'm sorry, but you were being a fucking idiot. Some people say that's narcissistic, but I don't know. Maybe it is narcissistic. Oh, God, I'm sitting here rambling, and people are going to clip that shit. Well, that'll be on some anti-frauditor fucking channel. Listen, Nightmare's openly admitting he's a narcissist. How about just say that Nightmares was being honest? Why'd I gotta be a narcissist for? Man, I've gave him a lot of ammunition. I've told people I was poor, and I'm a narcissist. I've got bipolar. I've been to prison. Damn. Right? But, you know, it's amazing how people will take, like, you can sit here and I can talk about things that I done 20 years ago, or things that happened 20 years ago or 25 years ago, and they hear that, but they don't listen past that about the good stuff that you've done, or the difference that you've made since you've become sober and you're not addicted. You know, I made mistakes. I did. But after being sober and things like that, the people that I've helped to get clean and stuff like that, you know, to make a difference, I think that's great. I'm not saying it excuses the dumb shit that I done, but I think it did help me to where I can help somebody else, and maybe while helping them, they're also helping me, you know, to understand where I went wrong, and helping somebody else not to make that same mistake. Like with my kids and my grandkids and people that are going through an addiction and truly want to be free of it. And if I can give a little part of myself away and give them the tools that help me, and it helps them, you know. But everybody's like, well, you don't, I don't publicize that, and I don't talk about that. Like, you know, I revealed a little something tonight, you know, that only I've only talked about it a little bit, you know, going up to New York after 9/11 and helping out. I don't want to talk about that shit. I don't need to glorify what I done, what I seen. I mean, it's just it's not a big. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not a big deal. I just don't see no sense in talking about it. I'd a lot rather forget about it. Absolutely true. Absolutely true, Shauna. and I think a lot of people don't stop and think about why there's so many people that are trying to make a difference and a change in the government that have had a criminal past. I'm not talking about the ones that are still being criminals or by the definition of law. People that have had a criminal past have seen bad cops and bad politicians, and and usually make a bigger difference than people that have never been to jail. Because when you truly have reformed and you're sober and you're trying to do the right thing, you actually want to give back and help the community that you may have harmed in some way. And I get it. I'm not saying that they're saints. I'm not a saint by no means. Nobody's perfect. But if I can help somebody else along the way to do something different from what I've done, and see that community and family and working through issues that you may not agree with to make a difference, to make a change, and that, you know what I mean? Right. I don't agree with that. What you just said there. PDF files, I don't think there's any help for them. And people that brutally do unalive people and destroy lives, they get what they get. And that's the way I believe. The only exception to that may be somebody that didn't mean to unalive somebody due to a situation. It don't excuse it, but I believe there is exceptions to that. I mean, let's just say the person was the getaway driver, and they drove somebody there. They were messed up on drugs, and the person that they dropped off unalive somebody. Yes, they're as guilty as the person that done it, but you know what I mean? I think maybe they just didn't understand because they were young or they were addicted. Their mind was cloudy. There's, you know what I mean? But people that just break into people's houses and they tie them up and do horrible things and they unalive people for no reason without any regard to human life, you get what you get. You get what you deserve. And that's the way I look at it. And in my mind, in my opinion, anybody that is mean to a child, man or a woman, you're evil anyway. And the way I look at that situation is we euthanize animals that attack children. Why shouldn't we do the same thing to humans that attack children? What's the difference? And I know that sounds radical, but hey, it's true. As far as my opinion, allegedly. Because people who are monsters to animals that didn't do anything, or children that didn't do anything for no reason, you know what I mean? They have malice in their heart, and they're not thinking about the outcome or how they're going to destroy that innocent person's life without any regards to what they have to deal with growing up and the scars, not physical scars, but the mental scars that'll never go away, never change. And no matter how many times you go to therapy or anything to that nature, you never forget. You never forget. And I'm telling you that from 100% experience. No matter what you do, you're still going to have to live with that thought and that pain and that hurt that the person you trusted took advantage of you. And I've had discussions about that before. You know, I was abused as a child, mentally, physically, and yeah. Well, I'll let you figure it. Y'all are smart enough to figure it out. And you don't forget. Trust me when I tell you, you don't forget. And no matter how many doctors you see, no matter how many psychiatrists, how many priests, how many medications, you don't forget. Those scars are still there. That pain is still there. The physical and mental abuse that I went through from my stepfather, and that will never go away. And the hatred that I had for him will never go away, even though he's deceased. But I don't let it define who I am. I use it as a tool to help people that have gone through it, how to deal with it, how to cope with it. And see, I'm giving away a little part of myself again tonight because maybe somebody needs to hear it. If I can make a difference in somebody else's life that has experienced that, the same thing that I've experienced, the drug abuse, the physical and mental and SA abuse, and I can help them get through it like I've learned to get through it, I feel like I've done something. If I can make a difference in one life. And, you know, I'm not sitting here blowing smoke up somebody's ass or whatever. I've got documents I could show people and that what I've been through, psychiatrists and stuff and things like that. But what's the point? I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm not going to sit up here and make up some horrible story like that. I've got scars on my back and everything else where my stepfather beat me with a television cord, and that'll never heal. But those physical scars don't hurt near as bad as the mental ones. And people don't like to hear about things like that, and they don't want to know that side of the person. They can go back and they'll look at my criminal history and say, well, now he's using that as an excuse. No, I'm not using that as an excuse. I fucked up. I done everything that I done that got me criminal charges, with the exception of one thing, and that I owned up to that, you know. The one felony that I got, I probably should have never got a felony. I didn't honestly to God, I never hurt nobody. I had no ill intentions. I was coming back from hunting at my uncle's house. I pulled over at a rest stop, and I had a loaded gun in my vehicle, and somebody called in and told them that I was drunk. They found the loaded gun in my vehicle, and I got an unlawful weapons charge. Never used it for anything other than hunting, and which is bullshit. But in my opinion, it's one of those laws that you know, there's a lot of things that I mean, I don't understand it. By definition of the law, I was guilty. Okay, I've owned that. But I think in certain situations, when you can prove that you had no ill intent and to keep from hurting somebody, I pulled over in a rest area because I'd been up and to get some sleep. Did I have a loaded gun in the car? Yes, I absolutely 100% did. Was I wrong by definition of the law? Absolutely. But to give somebody a felony for not doing anything other than what they were supposed to do, except for making a mistake, and instead of unloading the firearm and putting it separate from the shells and everything, should somebody catch a felony charge for something like that and have their life ruined? No. He could have confiscated the weapon or unloaded it and put the firearm in the trunk and took the shells. See, there needs to be better understanding when it comes to stupid laws like that. Now, I'm not saying that applies to everybody. Way overkill. Absolutely, 100% overkill. By definition of law, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of it, and I owned it, but it was stupid. I got a domestic assault charge because my brother told my wife at the time that he ran into one of my ex-girlfriends, and she gave him my phone number, or she gave him a phone number to give to me because she was still hot for me or whatever. And he come home and he thought it was funny. She didn't think it was funny. She hit me, and I reacted. Am I guilty of a domestic assault? By definition of law, yes. Sure enough, I'm not trying to justify it. I screwed up. But there's circumstances that led up to that too. Before that, my grandmother who raised me had passed away. I wasn't in my right mind. I was under the influence of drugs. I'm not making an excuse. I fucked up. It's a charge that I'll never be able to get rid of. Do I regret it? 100%. Every day. Because that's not who I am. But in a situation, in a moment when you have a temporary lapse of thinking, you can make a mistake that'll change your life in an instant. In an instant. But people don't realize that. They'll look back at my past. If they pull up my criminal record, oh, well, I've got a domestic assault charge. Yes, I do. I absolutely 100% do. I've owned it. I've got 2 felonies. One I didn't deserve, as far as I'm concerned, by the definition of law. I was guilty. The other one, the other felony charge that I got, 100% earned it. I fucked up. No excuse. I done dumb shit. I forged checks, and that I can sit here and say, well, this and that. Yes, I was on drugs, and probably if I wasn't addicted at the time, I probably wouldn't have made that mistake. Matter of fact, I know I wouldn't have made that mistake because I would have been thinking clearly instead of acting stupid. But there again, don't get it twisted. I'm not justifying it by my addiction, because nobody else forced me to be addicted except for me. I got addicted on my own, and that I thought it was cool. And I was drinking and doing drugs, and I'm guilty. I made dumb mistakes. A judgment, a irresponsible judgment and error, being a young man. Call it a phase, call it stupidity. I call it stupidity, but I learned from it. And I'm hoping other people that if they listen to this, instead of judging me, if it can help them not to make that mistake, young, old, whatever, don't do something stupid. Sometimes you just got to stop and pump the brakes and wait a minute, what's going to be the outcome of this? What's going to happen? But people don't want to hear that conversation, and they don't want to have that conversation, you know, about how you change and the difference you make. At a point in my life, was I a piece of shit? Absolutely. I was a vile human being. I really was. Is that who I am now? 20 something years later? No. 100% no. We learn from our mistakes. If people would use parts of their lives to help better situations, I think a lot of this world would be in a better place. 100% believe that. Man, I've already been on here almost 4 hours. Jesus. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Well, the only thing I can say to everybody, the 4 people that are sitting here listening to me, hopefully there's no prejudgment. Hopefully you learn something from what I've said. For the people that are going to watch this in the future, I hope you learn something from it. If you've got troubles, seek help. You're not alone. There's other people like you. There's other people like me. But don't ever make excuses for stupid shit that you done. Own it and do better. That's what I've done. I owned it, and I'm trying to do a lot better. Matter of fact, I am doing better. Maybe not in all aspects of my life, but in some. At least I'm not addicted. At least I'm not that vile person that I was before. Does it change what happened in my past? Absolutely not. I'll never be able to make up for the people that I affected, my family that I hurt, my children that I hurt when they were growing up. And it'll never change that. Does that mean I have to live with that regret and shame for the rest of my life? No. Does it mean that I can do better? Absolutely. I strive to do better every day. I don't let my past define who I am now. Hopefully people take some good from this and everything, I hope. But see, it's moments like this that people don't want to hear, and they focus on the negative. And I'm sure somebody will listen to it and take the negative and use it to weaponize their belief and their narrative. Happens all the time. My God, a big man's not supposed to move like that. I'm watching wrestling on TV. This guy's probably 300 pounds and he just done a moonsault off the top rope. God bless him. I can't do it. And I'm not even 300 pounds. I'm 274. Yep, it does. Absolutely, 100%. And for you people that are going to listen to this and everything, I'm not telling this story for you to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to fucking feel sorry for me. I'm telling this story of my life to help somebody. Somebody will listen to this, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not a year from now, maybe 3 years from now, and it will change their life. I'll never know it because they won't never tell it, but it will change somebody's life for the better. Somebody will need to hear what I had to say and be like, well, hey, if he can do it, I can. And believe me, I'm not a saint. I'm not. I've never tried to be a saint, never claimed to be a saint. But if I can give a piece of myself away and somebody can hear my testimonial and my story of my life and take something good from it and change themselves, even if they look at me in a negative light and go, well, goddamn, I don't want to be like that bastard, and it changes their life, I've done something. I've made a difference. And it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I'm gonna eat some deer jerky and some popcorn and probably go to sleep. I've got to take my grandchildren to the doctor tomorrow. They got a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock and everything. So, yeah. Love all of you, whether you hate me or not. I still love all of you. I wish nothing but the best for everybody. Y'all have a good night, and I'll catch you on the flip side.